Hello, everyone, and welcome to Journey Tribute Night here at Jimmy John's Field for a matchup between the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers and the Utica Unicorns. I'm James Zarnick alongside Dave Sisevsky. Now, these two teams just finished up their rain delay game from June 4th, which we saw the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers take a 2-1 victory in 5 innings played. Today is Game 10 of the United Shore Professional Baseball League season, and all three teams have a 3-3 record. Tonight for you, we have the Utica Unicorns, the home team, and the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, the away team.
Yeah, so far this season, I think we've seen a lot of good pitching. Pitching has been the number one impressive thing in my mind, and tonight we'll see more of that. With on the mound for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers is number 25, Nick Jensen-Clagg. Nick Jensen-Clagg on the season, 2.70 ERA in 3 games started, 10 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts. Those 12 strikeouts, James, good for third in the league right now. He's been pretty consistent so far early on.
Yeah, every time we've seen Clagg take the mound, he's kind of been a workhorse. He gets on the mound, he gets the ball, and he's ready to go every time he's ready to go after the batters. And we see him around the strike zone a lot, doesn't walk many players, and that's a recipe for success here, is pitching to these guys, let them put the bat on the ball, and let your defense make plays behind you.
Yeah, talking to Justin Ornduff, the co-founder of the DVS pitching system, he said of Jensen-Clagg, he's the most consistent pitcher with his command, as you mentioned. He can throw his breaking ball for strikes consistently, and that's something that we've seen so far early on this year. And the most impressive thing with this consistency that we're seeing from Jensen-Clagg is he had his whole senior season off. So obviously, as the season goes on here for the USPBL, look for his pitch count to go up more and him to work deeper into games as well.
Yeah, that's also something we've noticed is we've seen him pitch really well for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, but under that pitch count, because he had his whole senior year off, not faring in the victories or not faring in the decisions as much. Like the rain-out game, he went 4 really strong innings, only gave up the home run to Brad Bam Bam Young, and didn't fare in the decision. Moving over to the other side, let's talk about the starting pitcher for the Utica Unicorns, who will be Jacob Ezell tonight.
Yeah, Jacob Ezell on this season, 3 games started, 0-2, 2 tough losses, ERA of 4.09, 11 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and just the 4 walks. His last 2 outings, not giving up over 2 earned runs, but as we've talked about in this league, with the surplus of pitching we saw, especially with the starters, 2 runs sometimes can be the difference in a ball game. The scouting report on Jacob Ezell, the hardest thrower consistently in this league, clocking up to 91 to 94. 94 has been a consistent number he's been hitting so far. He's continuing to work on his tempo and working to finish better, which will help with his slider in the long run.
Yeah, we've seen him really be able to control the mound. He throws hard. He has got into a little bit of problems along the way, but the velocity's there from him. And we're looking at another good pitchers duel tonight between the Unicorns and Beavers. Now, a note of good news from the United Shore Professional Baseball League, as yesterday, pitcher Ross Vance, who pitched for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, signed a major league contract with the St. Louis Cardinals to play in their minor league Class A system, and that's great news for the league.
Yeah, when you think of Class Act organizations in Major League Baseball, some of the top fans in a top organization, the St. Louis Cardinals, obviously General Manager Walt Jocketty, they've done a lot of great things in pitching. When you think of pitching, you think of the early 90s, early 2000s with the Atlanta Braves, and then you also think of the St. Louis Cardinals and some of the arms that have came out of there. So they obviously seen something that they like in Vance, and this is what this league is all about. getting players to that next level, and it's good to see the first player this early on in the season make it to the major leagues.
Yeah, we saw Vance appear in one game for the Beavers last week. He went like 1 1/3 innings, no runs, no hits, couple strikeouts, and he actually scored in the decision and got the win for the Beavers. So that's great news for this league. I mean, if I was anybody being able to be signed by a professional contract is great news for this league, and it puts this league on the map, and that's really what we want here at the USPBL is to be recognized by major league scouts and get more scouts out here to see some of these really good players that we have in this league. I think there's more talent in this league, and I wouldn't be surprised if along the way throughout the season we talk more about players getting picked out of the United Shore Professional Baseball League and signed to minor league deals with the big clubs in the major league.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a ton of fans here to check this one out, but mixed in the crowd there, you're going to have major league scouts. They're always at these games, so you never know when they'll be out there watching. But obviously, with losing Vance, talk a little bit about the newcomer, Aaron Bossy, second baseman for the Beavers.
Yeah, and he's going to be the player I highlight for the Beavers tonight. New player, just recently signed, finished up his collegiate career at Marshall University. Aaron Bossy is from St. Louis, Missouri, 5'11", 205-pound infielder. Like I said, he played his college ball at Marshall University. In his senior year, he had a very good season for Marshall. Selected to the Conference USA All-Tournament team this year. He was the first player, believed to be the first player in Marshall baseball history to hit for the cycle in a game. He started all 55 games for the Herd this year, most of them at second base. He had a team-high 75 hits and registered 45 RBIs in just 55 games played. That's very impressive. To put into perspective, that would be like Miguel Cabrera going out and in a full baseball season having 150 RBIs. That's where that number goes to.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, and that just tells you and kind of shows you the type of talent that this league is bringing in, because another guy who we highlighted a couple games ago, Alex Bell, another player who's just continued to hit, James.
Yeah, Alex Bell's been great, a big kind of spark plug for the Beavers. A couple more stats on Bossy here that are really impressive numbers. He recorded 21 multi-hit games this season, and to go along with the 21 multi-hit games, 13 multi-RBI games.
That's phenomenal.
And he finished finished his senior year with a 10-game hit streak. He's a guy that played all 4 years. He saw playing time as a freshman at third base, playing time as a sophomore and junior at third and second base, and then senior year started majority of the games at second base and had a big year for the Herd at Marshall University.
So just yet another at-bat added to the Beavers lineup, who have started to hit of late, as we mentioned, and got more protection for Nick Wilson. Nick Wilson, another guy in this game we've highlighted a number of times. James, he just continues to hit and hit with power.
Yeah, it's impressive what Nick Wilson continues to do. The other day he hit a ball dead center field over the scoreboard, which stands at approximately 50 feet by my estimation, about 400 feet out to center field, plus another 50 feet up in the air. That's a big home run there from Nick Wilson.
Yeah, just impressive the way that he's been able to drive the ball. A beautiful day, another great game ahead of us here. We'll be back here in a little bit for baseball, James. Excited for today.
Yeah, the lineup cards were just exchanged at home plate by manager Chris Newell and manager Greg Grawl. We'll get ready for introductions and baseball here at Jimmy John's Field after the national anthem.
Number 19, second baseman from St. Louis, Missouri, Aaron Bossy. From Streeter, Illinois, number 16, left fielder Eric Billis. From Decatur, Georgia, number 6, first baseman Nick Wilson. From Pittsburgh, PA, number 35, the designated hitter Alex Bell. From Deming, New Mexico, third baseman number 10, Dan Kennett. From Windsor, California, right fielder number 18, Miles Williams. From Miami, Florida, number 99, catcher Ramon Ortega. From Mount Heller, Virginia, number 2, shortstop DJ Martinez. And tonight's starting pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, number 25, Nick Jensen-Clagg from Pinkerton, Ohio. Okay, Jimmy Johns, it's time to get fired up because here's tonight's home team, the Utica Unicorns, managed by Greg Crawl. The Unicorns tonight will be accompanied by tonight's baseball buddies, the Shelby Township Orioles, brought to you by Weingarts. Leading off and batting first, the designated hitter, Luciano Villanueva. Batting second from Starkville, Mississippi, number 25, center fielder Blake Harrell with Lorenzo Aloya. From Leroy, Alabama, third baseman, number 7, Chris Irvin with Isaac Amori. Batting fourth from Pinole, California, number 10, second baseman Bam Bam Young with Diego Betancourt. Hitting fifth from Louisville, Kentucky, number 3, right fielder Austin Crotcher. Next from Bayshore, New York, number 4, left fielder Chris Cruz with Gabriel Martino. From Fontana, California, number 16, first baseman Jay Karp with Aiden Pupillo. From New York, number 13, catcher Brian McKenna with Parker Topp. From Washington, D.C., number 1, shortstop Carlos Gonzalez with Adam Weingart. And also joining Austin Crutcher this evening is Ian Garden. Our starting pitcher from Bon Air, Jordan, number 8, Georgia, number 18, Jacob Ezell. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, tonight being performed by the choir from St. John Rochester Lutheran Church. Hear it for the choir from St. John Rochester Lutheran Church.
Wonderful job on the national anthem there from the choir from St. John Rochester Lutheran Church. The Unicorns have taken the field, and as Jacob Ezell warms up on the mound, we'll throw it over to Dave Siseski for tonight's starting lineups for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
Batting first and leadoff, Dave Pepe in playing center field. In that 2-hole, the newcomer, Aaron Bossy, in playing second base. In the 3rd hole, Eric Phyllis in playing left field. In the 4th hole, Big Nick Wilson in playing first base. Alex Bell hitting 5th, playing DH. In the 6th hole, Dan Kennan playing third base. Miles Williams hitting 7th and playing right field. Ray Ortega catching and hitting 8th, and hitting 9th, DJ Martinez and playing shortstop. James Zarnick will give you the defense.
All right, we'll start off on the infield, moving from left to right. Chris Irvin is back and playing third base for the Unicorns. Carlos Gonzalez at shortstop. Brad Bam Bam Young at second base. Jay Karp at first. Brian McKenna is doing the catching tonight. Jacob Ezell the pitching. Outfield from left to right, Chris Cruz, Blake Harrell, and Austin Crutcher.
As the crowd starts to pour into the stadium, another beautiful day, nice weather here, James. Going to be another great game for the USPBL. We've seen some great baseball early on, as we've said already. Excited for this pitching matchup.
Yep, the sun's shining, very little breeze blowing slightly in from center field. A game time temperature of about 79 degrees as McKenna throws the ball down to second base, and we get ready for baseball here. The Utica Unicorns are in their all-white uniforms with the purple caps and the red bills. Well, the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers wear their all-blue jerseys, away jerseys with the gray pants. They're wearing the red hats with the blue bills tonight. Quick little meeting on the mound between the catcher and second baseman as also with the pitcher. McKenna takes his spot back behind home plate, and we are ready for baseball here at Jimmy John's Field. The leadoff hitter for the Beavers, Dave Pepe. Zell delivers a first pitch ball at 7:27 here at Jimmy John's Field. Second pitch strike on the inside part of the plate to Dave Pepe, evens the count at 1-1. Corners in against Pepe. Middle infield back. Zell working out of the windup. Ball on the outside part of the plate, just missed.
Good patience there by Dave Pepe, who's below the Mendoza mark right now early on this season, trying to do anything he can to start this game by getting on base.
2-1 misses again, low and outside. Looked like an off-speed pitch that just tailed away from Pepe. And we have a 3-1 count here. Our first batter has the Utica Unicorns and the Bloomfield Birmingham Beavers square off. 3-1 pitch is slapped foul down the third base line.
Filling it up here at 3-2 already. Dave Pepe getting at least 5 pitches in here, which helps the rest of his team to see the stuff of Jacob Ezell doing a good job to start this game off.
The payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul territory. Cruz coming over and makes the catch right in front of the Unicorns bullpen. Covered a lot of ground there to catch that ball in foul territory, and Pepe is retired.
Nice play there. Obviously, we've talked about it time and time again, a lot of room there in the outfield areas there, but just having the awareness of knowing where you're at, making that play. Good play for the first out of the game here.
Now here's the guy we highlighted in the pregame show, Aaron Bossy, hitting in the 2-hole for the Beavers, his first at-bat in the United Shore Professional Baseball League. Takes a first pitch strike over the middle of the plate, and Ezell quickly ahead 0-1. Bossy kind of an upright stance, feet close together, a little bit of bat movement. Off-speed pitch misses inside from Ezell. Makes the count 1-1. 1 out recorded here in the top half of the first inning. Swing and a tap foul right at home plate by Bossy. And
good swing there by Bossy. You have to think in his first game here, maybe the nerves a little bit, getting him a little bit here right now, but 1-2 on him. Let's see if he can get on for the first hit here for the Beavers.
Ezell steps off as he looks in to get the sign from catcher Brian McKenna, and he's ready into his windup and delivery. Ball low and outside.
Close pitch there.
McKenna held it there for an extra second, see if he could get the call from the umpire, but just another ball. So it's 2-2 here on Aaron Bossy early in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Strikeout recorded by Jacob Ezell, and Bossy will take the walk back to the dugout, and his first at-bat strikes out here in the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
Nice pitch placement there by Jacob Ezell. Fastball outside corner there to get his first strikeout of the game. 2 outs early on in the first inning.
Left-hander Eric Phillips steps into the box to face Jacob Ezell here with 2 outs in the top half of the first inning. Couple hits for Phillips on the season, couple RBIs. Takes a first pitch ball low in the zone.
Phillips currently 3rd in the USPBL with 4 RBIs, tied with his teammate, newcomer Alex Bell.
The 1-0 pitch misses outside to Phillips. He's ahead 2-0 in the count. 2 outs, top of the first inning here at Jimmy John's Field. We have the Unicorns and Beavers squaring off tonight. Strike on the inside part of the plate from Ezell makes the count 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Ezell, swing and a miss. A nice off-speed pitch away, and had Phillips kind of flailing at that one.
I like the tempo so far of Jacob Ezell. That was one of the things that he's been working on, is working on that tempo and that hard throw that he has of 94 miles an hour paying off so far.
The 2-2 pitch is grounded through the hole and into right field for a base hit for Eric Phillips. First hit of the game for the Beavers.
Nice job of Eric Phillips taking that ball out to right field. Not hit very hard, but a single nevertheless to get the first hit on the board for the Beavers in this one.
Yeah, like you said, not hit very hard, but it found the hole in the right side of the infield, and that'll bring up the big guy, Nick Wilson.
Yeah, you always want to get somebody on base with this big first baseman coming up there on the plate, because as we've seen and we talked about, he can really do some damage.
First pitch to Wilson taken as a strike. Ezell splits the middle of the plate. Wilson batting .375 here in the young season. 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, 7 runs scored. So he's been factored in a big part of the offense for the Beavers so far this year. Takes an off-speed pitch for strike 2, and Ezell quickly ahead of Nick Wilson here, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking. Nick Wilson watches a curveball fall in there to end the top half of the first inning. Ezell makes quick work of the Beavers. They have 1 hit, 0 errors, 1 man left on, and we'll head to the bottom half of the first inning where the Utica Unicorns bat. Here, you're listening to the United Shore Professional Baseball League YouTube channel.
Big round of applause for Capture Detroit.
All right, welcome back here in the bottom half of the first inning. Nick Jensen-Clagg toes the slab for the Beavers and tosses his warm-up pitches, and we'll throw it over to Dave Sisevsky here for the starting lineup for the Utica Unicorns.
Hitting leadoff and DHing in today's game is Luciano Villanueva. Batting second, Blake Harrell, and playing center field. Chris Irvin returns to the lineup, hits third and plays third base. Brad Bam Bam Young hitting cleanup and playing second base. Austin Crutcher hitting fifth and playing right field. Chris Cruz hitting sixth, playing left field. Jay Karp, the first baseman, is in the seventh hole. Brian McKenna catching and hitting in the eighth hole. And Carlos Gonzalez hits ninth and plays shortstop. And James will give you the defense for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
All right, playing defense for the Beavers, third base, Dan Kennan, shortstop, DJ Martinez, second base, Aaron Bossy, first base, Nick Wilson, left field from left to right, Eric Phillis in left, Dave Pepe in center, Miles Williams in right, Nick Jensen-Clagg on the mound, and Ray Ortega is his battery mate doing the catching behind the plate for the Beavers tonight. It'll bring up Luciano Villanueva, who's been on quite a hitting tear and since being inserted into the leadoff spot for the Unicorns lineup. First pitch from Jensen-Clagg is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Villanueva, 5 hits in the last 2 games, 3 RBIs, and he's really been a spark plug at the top of the order for the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, 5 for 10 on the season, as you said. The last couple games has been 5 for 10 in the last 2 games for 500 average, and he's bumped up that average to 416.
Took a ball and slaps this one over to shortstop. DJ Martinez flips it across the diamond to Nick Wilson to retire Luciano Villanueva here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Center fielder number 25, Blake Harrell.
That'll bring up the center fielder, left-hander Blake Harrell.
Harrell 5 for 22 early on in the season for a 227 average and 1 RBI.
First pitch of the at-bat to Harrell is a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Jensen-Clagg showing his accuracy and control of the zone here early in the game. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, had Harrell way out in front. Quickly ahead, 0-2 here on the center fielder, Blake Harrell. An inside pitch taken for a ball, had Harrell kind of spinning out of the way.
You had the corners coming in, but with 2 strikes, the infielders move back.
Swing and a miss. Ortega picks it out of the dirt and tosses down to Nick Wilson to complete the strikeout for the second out of the inning. And Nick Jensen-Clagg rolling here through the first 2 hitters of this game.
Yeah, looking over at third base, I thought maybe if Kennan didn't come in there before those 2 strikes, I thought maybe Harrell might try to use that speed and try to break out of that slump that he's been on early on, maybe bunt that down there, but well played by the defense of the Beavers.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Chris Irving. Swing and a miss at a fastball up in the zone. Irvin's been one of the peer hitters for the Unicorns in their lineup. 4 hits, around 333 average.
Yeah, this has been a very consistent player for them. A bat they've missed the last game. Provides some stability down there at third base and with that bat.
Second pitch was a ball. Third pitch low in the zone, and that'll give the advantage to Irvin here. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Swing and a miss at a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And Jensen-Clagg works fast here on the mound. He gets the ball back and ready to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here as Christopher Irvin bats. Slaps a ball out to right field. Miles Williams takes a few steps to his right and corrals that fly ball. Jensen-Clagg retires the Unicorns in order in the bottom half of the first inning. We move to the top half of the second where the Beavers bat. 0-0 is the score here at Jimmy John's Field.
Jimmy John's freaky fast run around the bases here on a Wednesday night at Jimmy John's Field. How about a nice ovation for our contestants who are lining up at first base tonight? Michael is in the red shirt, and his brother Ethan is in the blue. They are from Macomb. Nice round of applause for Michael and for Ethan. They will be racing against Buzz, the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers mascot. Buzz is also on to the racetrack. Hi, fellas, you're going to go home plate. Let's see how it's done. On your mark. Get set. Go. It's our Jimmy John's freaky fast runner on the base. I got to be honest, though. Buzz is holding his own. Usually Mascot gets it over me. Not tonight. I'm trying to work with it. Michael is flying. Michael's got wheel. Oh, no. Michael first, Keith in second, and Buzz coming in third. What a Jimmy John's freaky fast. Runner on the base. Thanks, Jimmy John.
Back here for the top of the second inning, we just had the Mascot race around the bases, and the two little kids that came out to race Buzz the Beaver were flying around the bases, and you saw Buzz even kind of kicking into a second gear there, ran out of steam as he rounded third base and came in third, but that might have been the fastest race that we've seen so far here at Jimmy John's Field.
Yeah, kind of keeping the tempo going as the line goes with both pitchers so far. I think that's been the story of the game, is their tempo is pitching very fast in this game, getting quick outs, very little contact, and the contact that we have seen has been no trouble out there for the infielders and outfielders. Once again, these two pitchers meet up, and looks like it's going to be a pitcher's duel again, James.
Yeah, both pitchers look to be on top of their game so far. Both recorded a couple strikeouts in the first inning, and not really a hard-hit ball off of either pitcher yet so far. Just the one hit in the game by Eric Phillips in the first inning, which kind of a seeing-eye grounder through the hole there on the right side of the infield. But we'll look to see more contact and see if these pitchers can keep up the tempo, the fast-working tempo that they've showed so far through the first inning. We'll bring up Alex Bell, who's batting a scorching 700 here in his first two games. And he'll foul that ball off down the first base line, but really been a spark plug inserted into the lineup here for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. 7 hits in his first two games, including 4 RBIs.
Yeah, very aggressive hitter, as you've seen swung at the first pitch there. A couple doubles and a triple already, 4 RBIs.
Swinging a tap foul, or tap to the mound as Ezell pick it up and throw it over to Karp. Alex Bell is retired by the 1-3 putout.
Now batting third base.
Another harmless ground ball there for Ezell. Good job pitching there to, like I said, an aggressive Alex Bell, somebody who's been able to drive the ball out in the outfield, but keeping that trouble off the board, and just another harmless ground out.
I'll bring up number 10, Dan Kennan. He's played just about every infield position. He's had a start at short, second, and playing third base tonight. Faces Ezell here and takes a first pitch strike that splits the middle of the plate.
Yeah, Dan Kennan kind of playing the role of utility player, but wherever you put him, he seems to play very, very good defense, and he's been pretty good with that the bat so far.
The 0-1 inside, and kind of moves Kennan back off the plate a little bit there with that high, hard fastball.
Kennan comes in with a little bit of pop shown so far, 1 homer, a couple RBIs on the season.
Bat cocked over to the right shoulder. Foul tips one straight back to the screen. It'll bounce all the way out almost to Jay Karp there at first base. Ezell picks it up, though, and tosses it to one of the bat boys. So ahead here on Dan Kennan, 0-2. Ezell with the sign ready into his windup and delivery. When the ball misses high and outside.
Good patience there by Kennan, not offering at that hard fastball outside.
2-2 is the count here. Kennan foul tips that one off the, just kind of took a check swing, didn't really hold up, and fouled the ball off straight back to the screen.
Looked like he didn't want to offer at that one, but caught himself in between there, and instead of a high ball there, hits that one back for a harmless foul ball and keeps the count at 3-2.
I believe the count's actually 2-2 here. Fouled off at home plate by Dan Kennan, staying alive.
Yep, 2-2. There's an extra ball out there on the big board. 2-2 is the count.
Ezell gets that ball, and he's just like Jensen-Clagg, ready to go on the mound, and he's into his delivery here. And I guess that ball was 3-2 as Kennan will trot down to first base with the walk.
Nice job by Kennan there, showing some of that patience that we talked about. Kind of does everything pretty well. Plays at the infield, consistent defense, shown some power this season, and as you see there, being very patient and getting the first walk, the second base runner of the game for the Beavers as Miles Williams comes up to the plate.
A little bit of confusion here. I think what it was is when we thought there was that foul tip, I guess they ruled it a ball and that the catcher McKenna just went off McKenna's glove. So that's how we got to 3-2. That'll bring up the right-handed hitter Miles Williams playing right field. Kennan takes his lead off of first, and Williams takes the first pitch for a ball.
Miles Williams, 1 homer on the season, somebody who we look for to show that power more consistently as the season goes on.
Yeah, he's really one of the most interesting players to watch during batting practice. And he'll slap a ball into the screen down the first base side of the field, but he shows power to all fields in batting practice. Really, you can tell he has a solid approach, knows what he wants to do when he gets to the plate, and he's just working on getting those at-bats and getting back into a baseball rhythm as he missed all of last season with a wrist injury. The 1-1 count on Miles Williams. Swinging a ball hit up the middle, but it'll be fielded by Carlos Gonzalez. He steps on the bag and tosses over to first base for the tailor-made double play, and that'll end the top half of the second here. We'll go to the bottom of the second for the Utica Unicorns at-bats as you're listening to the YouTube broadcast of the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
Lucky 50. We do this each and every game. A lucky section and a couple of lucky rolls. We're going home with 3 delicious gourmet cupcakes. Yeah, from Vincent Joe's. By the way, I gotta give a shout out to Vincent Joe's. They won some Howard and Troy magazine contest awards. It's a great place. I love their deli counter. All right, so our winning section tonight, we're right here, section 103, rows 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Look under your seats. You guys have gift cards for free gourmet cupcakes. Also, a $30 gift card is also for one of you as well. Don't forget the gelato stand right up there outside of section 102 of Vincent Joe's. Love to cool off on a hot summer evening. Vincent Joe's, we love you. The Lucky 50.
Having a grand slam time at Jimmy John's Park tonight, folks. It's time to show it with an ear-to-ear smile on the Redwood Dental Smile Cam. Let's see those pearly whites.
We got the smile cam going on here at Jimmy John's Field as we move to the bottom half of the second inning here.
There you go. That's a beautiful smile right there.
A base runner in that top half of the second inning. Dan Kennan was erased by the 6-4-3 double, or the 6-3 double play, Carlos Gonzalez took the ball himself, stepped on second base, and tossed it over to Jay Karp.
Yeah, nice play there by Carlos Gonzalez. As I said, coming into this game, 3rd in the league at a .333 average, but showcasing some of that defense and their strong arm there at the shortstop position.
Yeah, he's really played a really good shortstop position for the Unicorns so far this year, as we saw it there as he had the whereabouts to just pick the ball up, step on second base, and toss it over for the double play. Kind of tailor-made there off the bat of Miles Williams.
Thank you very much for
But that will bring up Brad Young to lead off the second inning for the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, Brad Young, one of those guys hitting in the 4-hole today, but kind of a table setter, and one of the guys they look to get going. So far, he's just been consistently getting on base. In 18 at-bats, he's been on base 10 times. That's good production.
First pitch from Jensen-Clagg kind of backs Brad Young up there inside for a ball. But, yeah, it's very impressive. Maybe not getting a lot of the hits to get on base, but he's had a lot of he's been forced a lot of walks. Swinging on an off-speed pitch there and was way out in front of it and fouled it down almost to the Unicorns dugout there.
Yeah, and also something I've been impressed with Brad Young is he's been very steady at second base defensively as well.
The 1-1 pitch from Brad Young takes a ball outside. Off-speed pitch just misses the outside corner. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit from center field. Jensen-Clagg to deliver the 2-1 pitch, and that ball's hit down, but it's going to be foul. That definitely had home run power there from Brad Young, but a good 50 feet foul.
Yeah, that if he straightens that out a little bit, that one's gone big time. A lot of power showcased there by that 5'9", 185 second baseman, as we said. That's why he's in the 4-hole right now.
2-2 pitch from Clagg, and he hit Young right on the hand, it looks like. And it was an off-speed pitch, curveball that he was trying to get on the inside part of the plate, and it just...
That was a loud sound there. You could hear it up all the way here. Hopefully Brad Young's okay. As we said, a big piece for this Utica Unicorns team.
And as he shakes that ball off on his way, shakes that off on his way down to first base, he's still really gingerly kind of holding that. Looked like his left hand. But he'll stay in the game and run at first base, so he's all right down there. And Crutcher skies a ball, and second baseman Aaron Bossy will camp out under it. Couple steps out into the grass. First pitch swinging by Crutcher, and he pops it up to the second baseman, Aaron Bossy, for the first out of the second inning. Left fielder Chris Cruz will now come up to the plate for the Utica Unicorns. Left-handed batter, shown some pop in his bat. Hit a couple balls off of the fence. No home runs yet for Cruz, but the power is definitely there in his bat. And it's only a matter of time before we see it. Brad Young takes his lead off over at first base and fakes as if he's going to go there. And Clagg will step off. And
yeah, it looks like he's doing his job there by getting the attention of Clagg.
And it looked like he was ready to go there on the first pitch, but Clagg just kind of doing his, just holding the ball. First pitch to Cruz. And that's one hit out to center field. Dave Pepe races back and catches the ball. And
I think he forgot how many outs there were, Brad Young.
Yeah, and they're going to double Brad Young up there as he took off running on that ball.
Tough base running.
Pepe took Pepe back to about the warning track, but an easy catch, and Brad Young was already around second base, halfway to third base. Didn't realize how many outs there were, so the Beavers double him up. The Unicorns get a base runner, but aren't able to do anything with him as he's doubled off on the fly ball to center field. You're listening to the United Shore Baseball here on the United Shore Professional Baseball League YouTube channel. And we're back here for the top half of the third inning. as the Unicorns take on the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. Both pitchers are really rolling through here on Journey Tribute Night, as we have a Journey cover band out in the left field Chevy Pavilion.
What's your favorite Journey song? I like Don't Stop Believin'.
I think that's just the classic.
That's the classic.
The song that everybody loves. But they got a bunch of good songs. The Wheel in the Sky is a good one.
Yeah, these guys sound a lot like Journey, too. Good music out here at the ballpark.
Ray Ortega steps in and takes a first pitch ball on the outside of the plate from Jacob Ezell.
Ray Ortega, 3 for 12 for a .250 average, 1 RBI on the season.
Takes ball 2 low and away. Stuck on zeros here in the third inning at Jimmy John's Field. Ray Ortega swings and fouls one straight back into the screen.
Yeah, just the 1 walk and 1 hit so far against Jacob Ezell, who you said is been working very efficiently, effectively, and his tempo has been really aggressive.
2-1 pitch bounces in there at home plate for ball 3 to Ray Ortega, the catcher today for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. Wears the unconventional number 99. The 3-1 pitch from Ezell. High and tight, and that'll be a walk for Ortega.
Yeah, that's the old leadoff walk, as we've said throughout the season so far. It seems to always come back and bite you. No out so far. First at batter there as DJ Martinez approaches the plate.
DJ Martinez, the shortstop, will like to get the hitting stroke going a little bit here in the young season, as all 3 teams have played 6 games. And he looks to bunt, but pops the bunt up into the screen, straight back behind home plate.
You like that play, James? I mean, obviously a guy struggling with the bat right there. Both pitchers seem to be pitching pretty effective. Maybe try to manufacture that run.
Yeah, I do like that play, and with Martinez's speed, it's going to force a quick play by the third baseman, Irvin, if that's where he bunts the ball. And you never know what can happen. You get that ball down on the ground and in play. And he's swinging away on the 0-1 pitch and ropes it foul down the third base line.
Yeah, you had Irvin on the infield grass there, so it would have been a tough play had that ball been fair.
Yeah, would have snuck down by him and got down towards the corner there. Probably would have moved Ortega over to third base. But now Martinez faces a 0-2 count here. Ortega, the runner, on first. Zell checks, delivers, and a ball hit back the other way, and that'll move the runner Ortega up, and DJ Martinez gets a inside-out swinging line drive through the hole on the first base side for a single for him.
Yeah, as we talked about, struggling with that bat early on. A couple good swings there for him, getting that single first at bat, going 1 for 1, so have that short-term memory, just come in aggressive. Yep. Nice swing to the right field side.
I like the aggressiveness there, as he saw 3 pitches in that bat, offered a bunt at the first one, swung and ripped it down the line foul, and kind of inside-outed that ball inside on his hands and forced it through the hole there on the right side of the field. So we got the first 2 batters on here in the top half of the third inning for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. That'll bring up Dave Pepe. Corners are in on the grass, maybe expecting another bunt attempt here. And Pepe squares around and pulls the bat back for a ball here.
Yeah, I wonder if you'll see Pepe square around again, or if he'll be swinging as you said, the third baseman and first baseman.
Well, if you're
in
Pepe,
on the corners.
if you're Pepe, you want to get that ball down the third base line, make Irvin make the play. You don't want to give him a chance to get the lead runner out at third base. The 1-0 pitch, and Pepe squares around again, but another ball low and in the dirt. As you saw there, Irvin went back to the bag as Carp charged, so Ezell was responsible for the third base side of the field.
Yeah, you just got to throw strikes. You got a guy up there giving you an out, obviously trying to get runners up, but
2-0
get that pitch up.
2 runners on, nobody out here in the top half of the third inning. And he drops the bunt down the third base line, and that's a good bunt. And he's going to be safe at first base.
That's a perfect placement there. A little bit where the catcher can't get it. He had to turn around and make a strong throw there. He looked at third, as you saw first there, but with that speed, like you said, just a nice place bunt there. And he brings up the bases loaded for the new guy, the player you mentioned in the opening broadcast here, Aaron Bossy.
And I thought that's what maybe DJ Martinez was thinking when he bunted. And maybe not bunting for sacrifice, but looking to bunt for a base hit. And Pepe laid that ball down right down the third base line, about 10 feet out from home plate. And just a tough play for McKenna. Ezell couldn't get there. And by the time they got the ball down to first base, Pepe beat the throw out. So a nice bunt hit and swing and a miss from Aaron Bossy here with the bases loaded, nobody out in the top half of the third inning. Ezell's going to have to try to work himself out of this jam here.
Yeah, I honestly think the only play there might have been third, and just because of the speed of Dave Pepe and where that was placed, just a perfect place bunt by Dave Pepe.
Yeah, Ortega got a good jump on that one to kind of eliminate the opportunity to make a play at third base. Another swing and a miss by Aaron Bossy, and this is not what he's been used to from his college year, but, take a little bit of time off after the season. Another thing you got to mention is going from metal bats in the collegiate level to the wood bats in the professional leagues, and Jacob Ezell just throwing strikes here to Aaron Bossy as the Unicorns have their infield in, trying to cut the runner down at home plate. The 0-2 pitch is low and inside. McKenna does a good job to keep that one in front of him.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, he had a lot of success in college here. First game in a new league, professional baseball here. The nerves are going to get you a little bit, and he's been really aggressive with that swing. See if he can manufacture a hit here.
The 1-2 pitch from Ezell. Another ball low. Big crowd here at Jimmy John's Field as we got a really good, like I said, a nice crowd for a Wednesday night baseball game. Lots of people camped out on the right field hill out there. You got a 300-person GM party going on in the Chevrolet Pavilion tonight. The 2-2.
Good job
Good
there.
eye to lay off that outside off-speed offering from Jacob Ezell, and that'll run the count full for Aaron Bossy here in his first game in the United Shore Professional Baseball League. Struck out his first at-bat. Looking to do a little bit of damage here in his first game. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ortega on third, Martinez on second, and he lost him. Ezell got ahead of Bossy 0-2. And he throws 4 straight balls. That last one way inside, wasn't even close. So Bossy will take the walk in the RBI, and I think that'll get the Beavers on the board.
I think that says a lot about Bossy, a player we highlighted a little bit. As you said, went down 0-2 and just kind of picked his pitches there. Wasn't overly aggressive, but waited for the right pitch. It never came, and he worked a walk there. Great job by Bossy to get that first RBI manufactured there, and to go up on the board 1-0 for the Beavers.
Just when we thought both these pitchers were really cruising, a leadoff walk, a single by DJ Martinez to right field, a bunt single from Dave Pepe, and then a walk to Aaron Bossy. The Beavers find themselves on the board with a 1-0 lead, and they still have the bases loaded, nobody out for Eric Phillips, who had a single in his first at-bat.
You got your 3-hitter, and then right after Eric Phillips, you got Big Nick Wilson. So a lot of big bats coming up here for the Beavers.
Corners in, middle infield playing double play depth, and Ezell delivers a strike on the outside corner to Eric Phillips.
Phillips, as I mentioned, third in the league right now with 4 RBIs. Second on his own team, though, to Nick Wilson, who comes in with 6.
Ezell steps off as he looks into Brian McKenna to get the sign. The 0-1 pitch. is in there for a strike as Phyllis watches the ball go by on the inside part of the plate for strike 2. And a strikeout here would be a big way to start to get yourself out of this jam if you're Jacob Ezell. Now the middle infielders will move in, everybody in on the grass. The 0-2 bounces in there. McKenna doing a good job again to knock that ball down.
You know, something I noticed by Jacob Ezell, he's taking his time a little bit more. He had a couple walks and a couple hits here, and he's just really taking his time. Obviously working on that tempo, but just taking his time, calming himself down, and just trying to hit his spots here.
Pitching from the stretch, Ezell delivers, and Phyllis will slap the ball back into the screen and keeps the count at 1-2. Left-handed batter facing the right-hander Ezell. It's a bit of a shadow at home plate as the hitter stands in a shadow. Ezell in the sun out at the pitcher's mound. Infield in, 1-2 is the count. The ball slapped out to right field. Chris Cruz will camp underneath it, and that'll score the run via the sacrifice fly as DJ Martinez trots in. And that'll be a sac fly for Eric Phyllis.
Great job of hitting there by Eric Phyllis. Driving that out there to left field for his 5th RBI on the season, giving them a 2-0 with the big man coming up to the plate.
Yeah, doing his job there. And, he fell behind 0-2 and able to put the bat on the ball, drive the ball out to left field there, back Cruz up to the warning track almost, and records the sac fly and the RBI there. Runners still at first and second. We have 1 out, and Nick Wilson steps in. The ball's inside and tight on Nick Wilson.
Now that's 2 at-bats. You mentioned that they fell down 0-2. Now you got a walk, and then Phyllis with the RBI out there in left field. That's good good 2-strike hitting there by the Bloomfield Beavers.
That's a very good job there. 1-0 count on Nick Wilson, and he takes a ball low in the strike zone. 2-0 here, falling behind Nick Wilson, who we've mentioned has the power in the league leader in home runs. Cruz is playing him on the warning track there in left field. Center fielder about straight up, same in right field. The 2-0 taking the called strike there. Not the pitch Nick Wilson liked, so he laid off and finds himself in a 2-1 hitter-friendly count.
Another thing I like about Nick Wilson, he has shown that power, but he's not a one-dimensional player. He'll work that count deep as well.
2-1, low and outside, and Ezell having a little bit of problems finding the strike zone here in the top half of the 3rd inning. The Beavers have already crossed 2 runners over the plate. 2-0 here. 1 out, 3-1 count on the cleanup hitter, Nick Wilson. And he holds up a check swing, but it's called a strike by the home plate umpire on the on the outside corner.
Nick Wilson, not somebody to complain normally, but gave a little look there. He didn't like that call.
Full count for Nick Wilson now. There's 1 out, runners on second and first. Ezell sets, holds the glove at his belt, delivers, and bounces the ball in there for another walk this inning. And that'll reload the bases now as Alex Bell will step into the plate. And this is a guy that's already been a hitting machine here for the Bloomfield Birmingham Beavers, and manager Greg Grawl is making his way out to the mound, and we're going to have a pitching change. So that's going to be the end of the day for Jacob Ezell here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that was the 4th walk of the game. Obviously seeing a little trouble hitting his spot so far, so they're not going to take a chance and going to make a move here to the bullpen.
We'll let you know more about this pitcher, and when we come back, as you're listening to United Shore Professional Baseball League on the YouTube channel.
May I have your attention, please? Now pitching for the Unicorns from Livonia, Michigan, number 24, Evan Pachota.
Welcome back here to Jimmy John's Field as the new pitcher for the Utica Unicorns is number 24, Evan Pachota. Dave, why don't you give us a little bit more about what Evan's done this year in the USPBL?
Yeah, Evan Pachota has been very impressive. Obviously, they had 11 strikeouts. The first pitcher to strike out double digits in a game, but so far in the season in 3 games, he started 1 game in 12 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, as I mentioned, only given up 5 hits, no runs early on the season. He's went 6, 5, and then the 1 relief appearance where he went 1, striking out 3. So this has been a very, very consistent, effective pitcher so far this season.
Like you said, the first guy to strike out double-digit players. He pounds the strike zone with his fastball. Will throw his off-speed pitches in any count. Very comfortable with those. Something
really impressive from Pachota early on, James. Those 17 strikeouts, 0 base on balls in the season. So, you know, another point to what you were saying, hits his spots.
He'll attack the zone, and he works from the windup here as he faces Alex Bell here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Ball slapped foul and out of play down over the first base side. Looked like it landed over there in the Cabana Suites. And Pachota quickly ahead on Alex Bell, 0-1 here.
Alex Bell early on shown that he will swing at that first pitch. Every at-bat, I think he swung. So a very, very aggressive hitter here with the bases loaded.
The 0-1 pitch. Ooh, that kind of crossed up the catcher, Brian McKenna, on it. Looks like it hit him in the mask.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a fastball there and got something off speed.
Crossed him up, but McKenna's all right. He'll get back in there. Pepe, your runner at 3rd. Bossy at 2nd and Nick Wilson at 1st. 1 out here. 2 runs already across the plate for the Beavers in the top half of the 3rd inning. As Alex Bell looks at the 1-1 pitch and fouls that one straight back to the screen. 1-2.
Yeah, Alex Bell definitely not looking for a bunt single. He's somebody that's swinging for the fences every time he gets up there, trying to hit a gap, being very aggressive.
He's got a lot of room out in the right center gap if he's able to get it taken outside pitch that way. Center fielder shading him a little bit to the left of second base, and the 1-2 is grounded on the ball, infield in, and that's going to score 1 run. Bossy around 3rd, and he'll come in to score. That's a 2 RBI single there by Alex Bell as the infield was in for the Unicorns, and he hit it right between the shortstop and 3rd baseman for a 2 RBI single.
Yeah, those 2 runs will be charged to Jacob Ezell, but very impressed by the piece of hitting there by Bell. It looked like a changeup he hit there, and I thought a good pitch there by Pachota, but trying to get Bell off balance there, who's, like I said, been a very aggressive swinging hitter there, but takes that change up past the shortstop and 3rd baseman there for 2 RBIs. So that's 6 RBIs on the season.
He's only in his 3rd game with the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers as Dan Kennan is your hitter now. And he hits a ball over to the 3rd baseman, Irvin. Tags the runner 1 and tosses over to 1st, but they say he pulled Carp off the bag. Good heads-up play there by Chris Irvin at 3rd base to tag Nick Wilson as he was heading over to 3rd and tossed the ball over to 1st to try to complete the double play. Just pulled Carp off the bag, but a good play by Carp to pick that ball as it was bounced over there.
Yeah, good play by Carp because he didn't try to stay on that base there, and obviously that ball thrown a little on the side there, so that would have brought in maybe another run or moved the runners up, but heads-up play by Carp with 2 outs.
Miles Williams, your hitter, and he fouls the ball straight back to the screen. Was all over that offering from Evan Pachota. But we now have 2 outs here in the top half of the 3rd inning, 4 runs across the plate for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers as Miles Williams is your batter, and he has an 0-1 count on him. Pachota works from the stretch. Sets, delivers, and another foul back out of play off the bat of Miles Williams.
So that'll close the book on Jacob Ezell. 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, and 4 base on balls. Not the start he was looking to build off his last successful start.
Alex Bell, the runner at second base. Dan Kennan at first. Miles Williams taps another 1 foul at home plate, staying alive. 0-2 count.
Another aggressive hitter, Miles Williams, in an 0-2 count. He has seemed to be in plenty of 0-2 counts so far this season, as he's, as we said, a very aggressive, power-hitting outfielder playing right field today for the Beavers.
Open stance, crouched at the plate. Pachota delivers the 0-2 pitch. That ball's ripped to the shortstop, Gonzalez, and he'll toss to Brad Young for the force out of Dan Kennan at second base. But that's not before the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers score 4 runs in the top half of the 3rd inning. We'll move to the bottom half as the Unicorns come up to look to add to the scoring in tonight's game. You're listening to United Shore Professional Baseball League YouTube channel.
Mascot is proud to be the official sponsor of the USPBL grounds crew.
All right, welcome back to Jimmy John's Field as Ray Ortega tosses the warm-up pitch down to second base, and we're ready for action in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers scored 4 runs in the top half. The Unicorns will look to answer here in the bottom half as Jay Karp leads off for the Unicorns.
Yeah, we were talking over the break. It seems like the Beavers did a little bit of everything there to manufacture those runs. Great job by them.
Yeah, they had the bunt single and then just kind of a couple ground balls that got through the infield. Karp looks at a ball outside, but definitely helped out by the walks from Jacob Ezell there in that last inning. He had 3 of them. He walked Ortega, Bossy, and Nick Wilson. Karp fouls the pitch down towards the Unicorns' dugout.
And as we mentioned, Alex Bell, 2 more RBIs, 6 RBIs in 3 games. That's Nick Wilson kind of production. Obviously not doing it with the home runs, but that's a very, very good heart of the lineup there with Wilson and Bell.
Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch from Jensen-Clagg. Had Karp way out in front of that one and makes the count 1-2 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, another off-speed pitch, and Karp goes down swinging. Be the 2nd strikeout for Jensen-Clagg in this game.
A good job there by Jensen-Clagg on that off-speed pitch as he's seen Karp kind of struggle to hit the first one. Goes right back with that pitch. There's a Jensen-Clagg, a pitcher who can throw his breaking ball at any count. Throws it there for the strikeout.
Catcher Brian McKenna steps in, and he rips one down the 3rd base line, but foul. Ball might have got a little too much of the plate up and in, and McKenna turned on it, but just a sharp strike there. 0-1's the count. Jensen-Clagg back on the mound ready to go as he's into his windup in the delivery. Off-speed pitch misses high. 1-1 on McKenna here.
Yeah, I like that mentality there, going back to that off-speed pitch to try to get McKenna off balance a bit.
Swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate. McKenna swing right over top of that pitch from Jensen-Clagg, and quickly ahead 1-2 here. 4-0 Beavers here as the Unicorns bat in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 pitch from Jensen-Clagg misses low and outside. McKenna, the catcher, wears number 13, stands upright. 2-2, swing and a miss. Another curveball off-speed pitch from Jensen-Clagg that has Brian McKenna swing right over the top of it. And we got 2 outs here in the third inning as Carlos Gonzalez will step in today, playing shortstop.
Been very, very impressed with the off-speed stuff so far with Jensen-Clagg, keeping these hitters off balance.
He's had these hitters way out in front of that off-speed pitch that's really breaking back in over the plate to right-handed hitters. And there's another pitch for a strike as Gonzalez watches the first pitch of his at-bat. Split the middle of the plate for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and these hitters are just have no idea what Jensen-Clagg's going to throw at them right now. He's got these hitters really just kind of searching up at the plate. The 0-2 pitch from Jensen-Clagg outside for ball 1, kind of a wasted pitch there as he maybe get the hitter Carlos Gonzalez to chase on a fastball low and outside. The 1-2. Thought about it, but Gonzalez able to hold up on the curveball in the dirt. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. The Beavers on top of the Unicorns, 4-0. Swing and a miss. Oh, nope, check swing. First base umpire says he held up. Ortega picked the ball up and tagged him real fast.
Something I like about Jensen-Clagg is right after he gets that ball, he's going right into his set and ready to deliver that ball, just working very efficiently, too.
3-2 count on Carlos Gonzalez. Ball ripped down the line again. Now, we've seen that a couple times here by the Unicorns hitters as they've hit balls really solid off of Clagg. We can think back to McKenna, the last at-bat. Carlos Gonzalez here. Brad Young hit the one that would have been a home run if it was foul. So just he's keeping them off balance enough that they're out in front of these pitches. And the 3-2 just misses on the outside. Clagg was walking back to the dugout thinking he had a strikeout there, but Carlos Gonzalez draws the walk with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. It'll bring up the top of the order, Luciano Villanueva.
That'll be the first walk of the afternoon for Jensen-Clagg.
He had the hit batsman back in the second inning, but had faced the minimum through 2 2/3 innings. First pitch to Villanueva's fouled out of play. Yes, it makes it back over the screen. Ortega gave chase to it, but that ball is a souvenir for a lucky fan here at Jimmy John's Field as we have a packed stadium today.
He's kind of forcing these hitters to be aggressive. Obviously, a couple of these hitters choosing to swing on that first pitch, but everything is in the zone there. He's just really hitting his spots very effectively so far for Jensen-Clagg.
0-1 is the count on Luciano Villanueva, the designated hitter in today's lineup for manager Greg Grawl, as he takes a ball low and outside.
Good patience there shown by Luciano Villanueva.
Jensen-Clagg sets, holds the glove at his chest, checks the runner once, and swing and a miss on another good off-speed pitch there.
Yeah, I don't think there's been, like you said, the only contact that's come from those off-speed pitch has been way foul, but he's gotten a ton of swing and misses early on so far in this game.
He's really keeping the Unicorns batters fooled on these off-speed pitches. they're just swinging right over the top of it, looking very uncomfortable. The 1-2 pitch from Clagg. Check swing. Runner moves up a base. And they're going to say he didn't go around. No appeal to the umpire, the field umpire. So it's a ball. And Carlos Gonzalez moves up as it squirted past the catcher Ortega. So the Unicorns do have a runner in scoring position here. Carlos Gonzalez out on second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Luciano Villanueva. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch that the Unicorns players just waved at. Jensen-Clagg strikes out the side in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. We go to the top of the 4th here at Jimmy John's Field as the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers on top of the Unicorns 4-0.
Racing for Section 101, you're rooting for Dashing Donuts. Representing Section 104 is Baby Bagel, and finally, racing for Section 107 is Puppy Talk. We're setting up the cones, we're ready to go. Here come the racers. Oh, this is the hallway of Jimmy John's Field. Oh, the coffee falls down. Get out here, fellas, where are you? Come on. Oh, you gotta love the Dunkin' Donuts race. It's a tradition here at Jimmy John's Field. And here they come, everybody. Oh, baby, we got ourselves a tool with the donuts and the coffee down the stretch. It's Puppy Coffee. Everybody in Section 107, you're a winner. You'll be getting a Dunkin' Donuts coupon from our friends at Crew 59. What a race, everybody.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field here for the top half of the 4th inning. As we just saw the race between the Dunkin' Donuts, you had the coffee, bagel, and the donut. The coffee won tonight as they came sprinting out of the opening of the fence out in left field and raced to, probably the foul line, about 25 feet behind third base. So the coffee wins, and that'll be some good stuff for some of the fans. And up on the scoreboard, they're showing highlights of Ross Vance, the left-handed pitcher that we mentioned in the pregame, signed by the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday to a minor league deal.
Yeah, got that really high leg kick.
He kind of had a funky motion there, and in the game he pitched, you could tell the hitters were very uncomfortable.
Yeah, they didn't know where it was coming.
Played his college ball at West Virginia, and we wish him the best of luck as he continues his professional career with the St. Louis Cardinals. And Ray Ortega in to face Evan Pachota. Takes a first pitch strike. Ball slapped out to right field. Crutcher will have to play it on a bounce. And there's another base hit for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers as Ray Ortega singles to right field.
Nice job of hitting there by Ray Ortega, not trying to do too much, dropping it in there for a leadoff single. That's the 5th hit already for the Beavers.
Crutcher thought about diving for that ball, but thought better of it to play it off on one hop. So we got Ortega at first and DJ Martinez up at the plate. Singled his first time up, and Ortega's going to go. Hit and run looked to be on there for the Beavers as DJ Martinez slaps the ball out of play down the right field line.
Martinez had a soft single to the right side last time after he opened the at-bat, looking like he was going to bunt. So a very effective first at-bat for DJ Martinez.
0-1's the count on Martinez. Ortega staying put this time. Swing and a miss on a fastball up in the zone. Martinez swing right through it.
That's something we've seen a lot early on this season from Pachota, is the swing and miss. As we mentioned, 11 Ks a couple starts ago.
The 0-2 pitch on its way from Pachota. Ground ball to third base, and that ball's going to get past the third baseman, Irvin. Picked up by left fielder Chris Cruz, and the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers are in business again as DJ Martinez reaches on the ball hit down the third base line.
Yeah, that was going to be a hard play anyways. I don't know if there would have been a throw on that play, but just a wicked bounce. We'll see how that one's scored.
Yeah,
looks like that's going to be.
It should be a hit.
It's put down as a error so far.
They put it on an error.
That's a tough call there.
That's a tough play as the ball was hit down the line. Irvin tried to backhand it, and it just took a nasty bounce over his glove. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but nonetheless, Beavers again see the bottom of the order getting on base, and that's what produced the runs last time. As we have Dave Pepe in, who looked to bunt on the first pitch, but pulled it back again as it was a ball. Squares around again, and he bunts it this time back to the pitcher. And his play will be over to first base to get Pepe, who does his job and moves both runners over a base.
Good job by Brad Young covering the first base there as Jay Karp as well as Pachota went for that ball. But runners in scoring position here once again for the newcomer Aaron Bossy, somebody we highlighted early on, worked a walk after falling behind 0-2 last at bat, James.
Now, if Pachota would have looked over to third base, I think he had a play on Ortega. Cruz was there, or not Cruz, Irvin was there covering, but takes the sure out at first base. Bossy takes a first pitch strike that splits the heart of the plate. So you got runners on third and second. Ortega and DJ Martinez are your runners. Aaron Bossy is the hitter in an 0-1 count. Ball bounces in there. McKenna does a good job keeping the ball in front of him, and the runner's not able to move up.
Good stop there by McKenna. That one gets past. One run's going to score, and you're going to have a runner up at third base there, so try to stop the bleeding here.
Right-handed batter has the high socked look, wearing number 19 for the newcomer Aaron Bossy. Takes a strike on the inside part of the plate from Pachota, who's ahead in the count 1-2. There's one out. You have runners on second and third. It is 4-0 here as the Beavers lead the Unicorns.
That high sock look seems to be a thing here in the USPBL. We have Cam Stewart as well as Brad Young joining there.
And Bossy will take a called third strike.
Good pitch there by Pachota.
That was a pitch right down the middle of the plate and kind of just froze Bossy. I don't know if he was looking for an off-speed pitch there from Pachota, but gives him the hard fastball, and Bossy goes down looking here in the fourth inning for the second out, and that'll bring up left fielder Eric Phillips, who had the hit in the first inning, sac fly last inning as he flew out to the warning track out in left field. Runners in scoring position for the Beavers as Phyllis takes ball one from Pachota. Ray Ortega at third. Second base is DJ Martinez, your runners. Yeah, I think you mentioned the high sock look, and it's everybody that plays second base. Brad Young, Cam Stewart, and then tonight Aaron Bossy wearing the high socks. Big rip there from Eric Phyllis.
Yeah, Phyllis was trying to put that out there in the woods, if not some water back there, but comes up missing on that swing. Good pitch there by Pachota.
The 1-1 pitch to Phyllis is high. Infielders playing back. You have the sun is only covering part of right center field and in the right fielder's eyes right now as the rest of the field is in the shade. Here in the top half of the fourth inning, the 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen from Phyllis. Evens the count 2-2. Deuce is wild here in this count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. 4-0 lead for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Pachota gets Phyllis on the high fastball to end the top half of the 4th inning. The Beavers threaten but do not score. We move to the bottom half of the 4th inning here at Jimmy John's Field. You're listening to the United Shore Professional Baseball League YouTube channel.
Introduce to you Jimmy John's Field Ultimate DJ Notorious P.U.G. Let's see your moves on the dance pad, Jimmy John's Field. Look at balls ripping it, Tanderoga. There you go, shake it. Shake the groove off. Ribby. Get off your seats and dance to the beats of Captain Detroit. Come on, Jimmy John's Field. The Notorious P.U.G. in the house. Come on, fans, get this house a-hoppin'.
Jensen-Clagg back out to the mound for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. He will face the number 2 hitter, Blake Harrell, Chris Irvin, and Brad Bam Bam Young here.
Yeah, good job by Evan Pachota to pitch out of trouble there, but you got to be impressed early on in this game how much pressure the Beavers lineup's been able to put on the pitching staff of the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, we had the notorious PUG spinning the beats and getting the fans pumped up here at Jimmy John's Field as we get ready for Blake Harrell to step in, the left-handed hitter. In the box to face pitcher number 25, Nick Jensen-Clagg, who's cruised through 3 innings so far tonight.
Blake Harrell 0 for 1 on the night.
First pitch of the at-bat is low and away, a ball.
You got to wonder if some of these hitters are going to try to be patient, maybe take a pitch at least, try to slow down that tempo with Jensen-Clagg.
Jensen-Clagg gets the ball and is ready to go as he delivers an off-speed pitch inside, falls behind Blake Harrell, 2-0 here, as Harrell leads off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ball low from Jensen-Clagg as he is in a 3-0 count here to the leadoff man of this inning, Blake Harrell. The 3-0. A 4-pitch walk issued by Jensen-Clagg, and Blake Harrell's aboard here to start off the 4th inning for the Utica Unicorns.
That's the second walk of the night for Jensen-Clagg.
Yeah, that is not what we have seen from Jensen-Clagg so far this game. He came out, he's usually in the strike zone, but that at-bat, he throws 4 straight balls, and Blake Harrell will take the trip 90 feet down to first base on the free pass.
You got to think Irvin's taking here all the way.
Yeah, Chris Irvin steps into the plate, takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. So Jensen-Clagg back to throwing strikes here as he starts Irvin off with a ball or a fastball inside.
Irvin 0 for 1 on the game so far.
Harrell takes a short lead over at first, and Jensen-Clagg really has him messed up as Irvin slaps a ball foul and out of play down towards the wiffle ball field there in right field. But Harrell was going back to the bag as Jensen-Clagg was delivering, and you don't really see that with right-handed pitchers very often. 0-2 on Christopher Irvin, and Harrell's going to go ball low, and
Nice jump
Ortega
there.
will just eat that ball, not even throw it as it bounced in.
Looked like Ortega kind of had trouble getting grip on the ball there, but I don't think it would have mattered as Harrell got a nice jump. Nice job reading
And the head first slide into second base. Still 1-2 count here on Chris Irvin. Swing and a miss on another off-speed curveball that these Utica Unicorn hitters just cannot figure out, just swinging right over the top of it.
Yeah, that was, as you mentioned, once again a beautiful placed off-speed pitch there. There's not much you can do with that pitch.
No, it looks like they know it's coming, and they just can't put the bat on the ball when it does come. That'll bring up Brad Bam Bam Young, the second baseman, number 4 hitter in tonight's lineup for manager Greg Grawl. Another off-speed pitch, low and outside. Blake Harrell, the runner at second base.
And as we talked, very efficient so far for Jensen-Clagg, as that's just the 49th pitch so far. So you have to think he's going to be able to stretch this start out a little bit more.
As long as he doesn't run into any trouble here in the 4th inning. Brad Bam Bam Young, the hitter. Swinging a foul ball, popped straight up back towards the suites up on the 3rd level here at Jimmy John's Field. 1-1's the count, 1 out. Runner at second base for the Unicorns. Harrell reached on the 4-pitch walk and then swiped second base. Aaron Bossy keeps him honest there. Clagg sets. Jensen-Clagg sets. Delivers the off-speed pitch that Brad Young was way out in front of, and Phyllis is going to camp underneath that ball and toss it into the shortstop, DJ Martinez, for out number 2. And Brad Young was hit by the pitch in the 1st inning, or the 2nd inning, excuse me, and on that swing right there, he reacted very gingerly. It looked like that hand injury might be bothering him a little bit as he shook his hand and barely made it out of the batter's box after popping the ball up to Eric Phyllis out in the left field.
Yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on as they come out to play defense the next half inning there. You wonder if they'll take him out just as a precautionary.
Right fielder Austin Crutcher steps in, popped out to the second baseman, about 10 steps out into the outfield. Ball was hit straight up in the air. Bossy put it in his back pocket for the out. Then, now he takes the first pitch ball. There's 2 outs. Swinging a ground ball to third base. And that ball's bobbled, scooped up, and Dan Kennan will just eat it there.
You have to think that's going to be put down as an error.
Yeah, that ball kind of just, Kennan was squared in front of it, and it kind of just ate him up a little bit. I don't know if he got his offhand in there a little bit, but nonetheless, another runner on base here for the Utica Unicorns. It does officially go down as an E5.
Yeah, Kennan, somebody who's been pretty consistent, a guy who can play anywhere on the infield there, but looks like he took his eye off the ball there a little bit. Worried about Crutcher, who does have some good speed there.
Chris Cruz, the batter, flew out deep to center field in his last at-bat, and he swings at an off-speed pitch and taps it foul at home plate. Ortega picked it up with his bare hand and exchanges it for a new ball. Chris Cruz was involved in that double play we saw where Brad Young might have been a little confused on the outs in the inning, hit a deep fly ball to center field that Dave Pepe ran down and was able to double Brad Young up as he ran over to second base. The 0-1 pitch, check swing, did not go from Cruz.
That might have been one of the only balls of the night that was driven out there deep in the field. Good contact there, but nevertheless just an out. But everything else has been pretty soft in the infield and some pop flies.
Another check swing there that they say Cruz does not offer at. So 2-1's the count on Cruz. There's 2 outs. Harrell at second base. Austin Crutcher reaching on the air is at first base. The 2-1 pitch from Jensen-Clagg, swing and a miss. Another beautiful off-speed pitch that these Unicorn hitters are just flailing at now, and it's becoming.
Yeah.
That pitch is really working for Jensen-Clagg tonight.
And it's really just looking like they're guessing. They don't even know when it's coming in the count, and they're not able to make any contact with it.
Swing and a miss Another off-speed pitch from Nick Jensen-Clagg records another strikeout. That's 6 of them for this game. The Unicorns get 2 runners on, but not able to do any damage as Nick Jensen-Clagg strikes out 2 batters in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We'll move to the top of the 5th as the Beavers look to pad their lead. You're listening to the United Shore Professional Baseball League on the YouTube channel.
Hey fans, stick around after the final out. Kids get to run the bases after every single game. Did someone say minions? We have them here for you tomorrow as the Unicorns face off against the Diamond Hoppers. You can meet them when the gates open at 6 o'clock. The first pitch is at 7:25. Be here to meet the minions. Hey y'all, Little Bit Country, we are this Friday as we welcome Cadillac West for our country night. Diamond Hoppers will be taking on the Beavers, and don't forget the fireworks.
As we move to the top of the 5th inning here at Jimmy John's Field, a new pitcher for the Utica Unicorns is on the mound. Number 35, Gill, will take the mound here in the top half of the 5th inning. Dave, why don't you give us some of Gill's stats this season?
Yeah, that's Thomas Gill, 6'5", right-hander, 210 pounds, out of Williamsburg, Virginia. Gill on the season, 2 games, 3 1/3 inning pitch, 5 strikeouts, 2 base on balls, 5 hits. ERA is a little balloon so far as he gave up 5 earned his first time out, but his last time out, 1 2/3 innings, scoreless baseball. So it's been the ERA doesn't tell the story as it's been a tale of 2 halves here early on for Thomas Gill.
Evan Pachota gives up 2 hits, strikes out 2 in his 1 1/3 innings pitch tonight for the Unicorns.
Yeah, Pachota just giving up those 2 runs, which is not charged to him from Alex Bell, but seemed to struggle a little bit with his location, but did get out of trouble that last half inning.
So Gill will step to the mound, and he'll face the middle of the Beavers order. Nick Wilson will lead it off. Alex Bell to follow, and Dan Kennan will be the 3rd hitter in this inning.
Yeah, how about that, to be greeted by none other than Big Nick Wilson here.
Nick Wilson struck out looking in his first at-bat and reached on a walk in his previous one. Swings and hits a ball foul down the 3rd base line that Irvin scoops up and tosses over to the dugout.
Would have been a tough play there by Irvin, but just a foul ball on the left side.
So Gill ahead of Nick Wilson here as he works in the top half of the 5th inning for the Utica Unicorns. Ball low and outside to Nick Wilson. 4-0's the score. The Beavers have 4 runs on 5 hits. The Unicorns, no runs on no hits, 1 error. Check swing, called strike there by the home plate umpire. 1 2's the count on Nick Wilson. The 1 2 pitch outside for a ball, runs the count 2 2.
And when you think of players, you think of hype-up music. Something interesting, we were able to talk with Nick Wilson. Listens to gospel music before the game. Tries to stay humble.
That's an interesting fact about Nick Wilson there as he looks for the 2-2 pitch and swings right through a fastball from Thomas Gill. Records the strikeout for the first out in the top half of the 5th inning. The Utica Unicorns toss the ball around the horn, and Alex Bell will now step in to face Gill.
Good pitch there by Gill as Nick Wilson's a little tardy there for the first out.
Designated hitting duties tonight for Alex Bell. He had the 2 RBI hit when facing Evan Pachota in the 3rd inning. Now faces Thomas Gill here in the top half of the fifth. Hits a ball right up the middle, and the hitting machine continues to be Alex Bell. Another hit. That makes it 9 on the season for him in just 2.5 games played. So Alex Bell has found his stroke early in his career in the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
It doesn't matter where you put him. He just keeps on hitting, like you said, hitting machine. I mean, it's been phenomenal so far what we've seen from him.
Yeah, 9 hits in two games, and now we're working into the 5th here for him. He's got to be happy with his start to his United Shore Professional Baseball League season as Dan Kennan steps in to take ball 1 high on the first pitch. Kennan's walked and grounded into a fielder's choice. Swings and fouls the ball back into the screen. Makes the count 1-1 on Dan Kennan. Alex Bell's your runner down at first base. 1 out. Beavers on top of the Unicorns here tonight, 4-0. Gill working from the stretch. Sets, holds the glove at his belt. Checks the runner and delivers the pitch low and outside. Bell goes back to first. McKenna does another good job blocking the ball.
Nice patience there shown by Kennan, not offering at that outside pitch.
Kennan does have some pop. He has the 1 home run. 2-1 count here for him. Swings and hits another ball foul back. Just to the right of us here as we're perched over home plate on the second level at Jimmy John's Field. Great view of the whole ball field.
You mentioned a little bit the wiffle ball field over there too. That's something I think a lot of us all played as kids. There's something for everybody here at Jimmy John's Field.
The 2-2 pitch to Dan Kennan. Gill checks, and he's going to hit the ball right back to the pitcher, Gill. He bounces the ball to second base. They're able to record the lead, get the lead runner, Alex Bell, at second base, but Gill bounced that throw as he tried to start the double play. So that's another fielder's choice for Dan Kennan. And it does look like Brad Young left the game as he's not in at second base anymore, so we'll have to pay more attention to that. Luis Duran, who's spent most of his time over at shortstop for the Unicorns, comes in to play second base.
Yeah, that's a big at-bat and a very slick fielder there to lose. Hopefully it's not for too long.
Yeah, we really hope that Brad Bam Bam Young is okay and that hand injury is nothing serious, but you could see he was in pain when he swung and popped that ball out to left field in the last inning. So early in the season, get him out of the game, get some ice on that hand, and let's hope he's all right. And Miles Williams hits a ball deep down the left field line, hooking foul.
Wow, that is some prestigious power there. That was over the pavilion. There's a house back there in left field. I think it was beyond that. That was incredible power there.
Miles Williams absolutely put a charge into a ball right there, but as we said, goes just foul down the left field line.
As you hear the fans just say, wow there. I mean, that was a sight to see.
That made a different sound coming off of Williams' bat, and it just traveled, and it's just a long strike for him here. Fouls another ball straight back to the screen, and it looks like he's seeing these pitches extremely well from Thomas Gill here in this at-bat.
Yeah, as that sun's down, maybe I think early on that played a role for these hitters up there as they were maybe not picking up the ball as well. I don't think anything was really hit too hard, just manufactured runs with walks, but
1-2 pitch is outside. Miles Williams lays off, runs the count to 2-2. Here, there's 2 outs in the top half of the 5th inning. Dan Kennan's your runner on first, grounded into the fielder's choice where they cut the runner down at second base. Alex Bell on the ground ball back to the pitcher. Tossed over to the new second baseman, Luis Duran. There's 2 outs, 2-2 count on Miles Williams. The ball hits softly to shortstop Carlos Gonzalez. He flips it over to Luis Duran for the force out at second base. That's it for the top half of the 5th inning. 1 hit, no runs scored for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. We move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And you're here at Jimmy John's Field as you're listening to the United Shore Professional Baseball League YouTube channel.
Hi everybody, we're here in the grandstand and it is time to play a very fun game. It is called the Closers Sing-Along. We're going to play a song here on Journey Night that probably many of you know, and possibly our contestant tonight knows. This is Kelsey from East Lansing. What's up, Kelsey? It's her birthday, by the way, everybody. We're not going to talk about her age. She's very young. All right, our buddy Steve's going to play the song. You guys have to help her out, though, all right? Once the song stops and closes, you'll help her as well. Here we go. You know this song? She does know it. Sounds like some others know it as well. Not yet, not yet.
As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Jimmy John's Field, I'm going to throw it over to my counterpart, Dave Sisewski, for the remainder of the game.
As the Beavers take the field, James, we got a 4-0 Beavers lead right now. So far, what do you think has been the story of this game?
Oh, the story has to be starting pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, Nick Jensen-Clagg. 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, only the 2 walks so far. And you had the hit batsman. So he's only had 3 runners on base, not in a lot of trouble all day long. And as we said, there's a 0 up there in the column for the Unicorns on the scoreboard.
I've been really impressed with his off-speed stuff. I think that's been huge for him, as we've said a number of times. I don't think there's been any contact, and if it has, it's been foul. But a lot of players up there guessing and just shaking their heads.
Yeah, you have the couple at bats that they hit the ball deep foul. You had Brad Young hit it foul down the line. A couple of ground balls ripped foul down the line. I can think of the Cruz fly ball to center field that sent Pepe back to the warning track for a pretty deep one. But like you said, very little contact and a lot of uncomfortable swings on Nick Jensen-Clagg's off-speed pitches.
Number 16, Jay Karp, steps up to the plate. First pitch to Karp. In there for a strike by Jensen-Clagg. The 0-1. Ball high. Karp lays off that one to even the count at 1-1. Clagg sets the 1-1. That's a little bit outside there, 2-1. On the big first baseman for the Unicorns, Jay Karp. Karp hits that off his ankle. That's going to hurt. As Karp kneels down in pain there. You see a lot of players have guards there, but that one looked like that was flush on the ankle.
That is one of the most painful things you can do when you're hitting. You foul that ball off the instep of your foot or on the ankle, it catches some bone, and it just does not feel good. He's doing his best to kind of shake that off, but that's going to linger with him for probably a little bit here.
You got to think Jensen-Clagg probably going to go back to that off-speed pitch, the 2-2. Karp hits that out to left field. If that's fair, that's gone. That is just foul. I think Karp thought that was fair. That was a close call there, James. I don't know. You got a better view there. That may be by a foot or 2. That was as close as it gets.
That umpire was out in the right position, right down the third base line, and he saw the ball. It did look like it just traveled foul, but that's now a couple times we've seen balls ripped down the left field line.
So that's the second painful swing there, is the one went off his ankle, and that just a foul ball. And there's another foul ball on the right field side. This one will get out of play for a 2-2 count on Jay Karp. So good swing there after just in a lot of pain there, hitting that off his ankle. Like you said, one of the worst plays to happen to you as a baseball player, but nevertheless, a 2-2 count, the 2-2. Hit out there to center field. Pepe comes in on that. That'll be a shallow out there, first out of the inning for the Beavers.
So he fouls the ball off. That would have been a home run if it just for a few feet more to the right, and then Jensen-Clagg comes back out and gets the lazy fly ball out to center field. So it's kind of been the story. We've seen some hard hit balls that have been foul out in front of these pitches, and then Jensen-Clagg just able to retire him after that fact.
You look at Jensen-Clagg just ready on the mound out there before the hitter even steps in. First pitch there to Brian McKenna, the catcher for the Unicorns, is swung on and missed for a 0-1 count. He's just ready to go up there. He's been very effective with this tempo. The 0-1 count a little high.
He really wastes no time on the mound. He gets the ball back from his catcher Ortega, and he's ready to go. You step in, you got to be ready to hit against Nick Jensen-Clagg, number 25 for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
The 1-1. Swung on, hit foul there for a 1-2 count. Yeah, if you're a hitter, you're trying to step out there and waste a little time, maybe mess up that tempo, but it doesn't seem to be bothering him right now.
You can only do so much to slow up a pitcher that's in this big of a role that Jensen-Clagg is in right now.
That's a ball hit to third base coach there. Also, it actually looks like a souvenir there thrown by the third base coach. Softly tapped there for a 1-2 count. Is Jensen-Clagg ready to go? The 1-2. There it is again. That off-speed pitch swung on and missed for another strikeout. James, I don't know how many times we've said it, but it's just an unhittable pitch right now for these guys.
Yeah, these guys are so off balance when it comes to that off-speed pitch from Nick Jensen-Clagg. McKenna really frustrated with himself as he walked back to the dugout offering at that ball. But, I mean, it just goes to show you the life on it late at the plate. They can't pick it up.
First pitch to Gonzalez is popped up high there. Third baseman and catcher. Oh, what a play there by Kennan, who just reached back on a slide, and that'll end the bottom of the fifth. We'll go to the sixth inning here. 4-0 Beavers. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
Let's take a look at the video board and see who has a birthday today. Tyler Naiman, happy birthday, number 10. Happy birthday, Katie Sunday. And also from St. John Lutheran, our PNC Bank All-Star students, Sarah from the 8th grade and Jonathan from the 5th grade. Congratulations to the All-Star students from PNC Bank. We also want to welcome all of our VIP partners and guests.
And we're back for the top of the sixth inning here. Utica Unicorns on the field as another scoreless inning pitch there by Nick Jensen-Clagg.
Yeah, he was helped out there by third baseman Dan Kennan, who just made a fine defensive play in foul territory there as he was sprinting full speed. And that ball that was popped up there by the shortstop Carlos Gonzalez, and he makes a sliding catch reaching back as he went into the corner, the little cutout there, but a fine defensive play from Dan Kennan helps retire Carlos Gonzalez on just one pitch there to end the fifth inning there.
Yeah, Beavers firing on all cylinders, playing good defense behind their starter so far, who's been, I guess you could say, unhittable so far. As
zeros on the board for the Unicorns on the scoreboard. So
Ray Ortega, the catcher for the Beavers, steps in there against Thomas Gill in his second inning of work. First pitch to Ortega is outside for a 1-0 count.
Ortega's got a walk and a single here in this game. Also scored a run.
The 1-0 to Ray Ortega. We'll get to the backstop there to put the count at 2-0 to Ortega. Gill in his second inning of work pitched a scoreless last inning, only giving up the 1 hit, 1 strikeout. A 2-0 to Ortega. Ortega checks his swing there, but doesn't go too far to put the... Oh, they're going to give him a strike on that. Put the count at 2-1. Wasn't too sure if he went around there, but the 2-1. In there for a strike to even the count at 2-2. Good job by Gill after falling behind 2-0. Gill sets. Ortega with the bat up in the air. The 2-2. Ortega hits that to left field. Be a harmless out number 1 as Chris Cruz throws that back into the infield to Gonzalez.
Now batting shortstop, number 2.
Just a little bit out in front of that ball for Ray Ortega. Popped it up.
That'll bring up shortstop DJ Martinez.
Had a single in his first at-bat. Reached on the air to Chris Cruz last time up.
First pitch to DJ Martinez. He is fouled back behind the screen here. 1 out, 0-1 count to DJ Martinez. 4-0 Beavers. They did their damage with all 4 runs in the third inning. The 0-1. Martinez takes that for strike number 2, inside pitch. Nice pitch there by Gill. Put this at 0-2. That ball will be in the dirt a little bit there. The count at 1-2 to DJ Martinez. 1 for 2, as James said today, with a single. The 1-2. Ball high. Good patience there by Martinez to even the count at 2-2, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Martinez hits that over the second baseman's head. Coming on, what a play by Austin Crutcher on an all-out dive. Great defensive play there, James.
Yeah, Austin Crutcher came playing DJ Martinez a little bit more shallow there. That's what definitely helped him out to be able to make that play. Still needed a full-out sprint and laying out to catch that line drive hit off the bat of DJ Martinez. Taking a hit away was Austin Crutcher.
That'll bring up Dave Pepe, the center fielder. First pitch to Pepe is low for a 1-0 count.
That's the first time we've seen Crutcher lay out. We saw him want to do it earlier in the game, but he wisely took the ball on one hop that time.
The 1-0 to Pepe, tapped on the first base side, but foul to even the count at 1-1. Yeah, I thought off the bat that was going to bloop in, perfectly placed over the second baseman's head, but as you said, playing shallow, and a nice grab there by Crutcher. The 1-1 is low for a 2-1 strike count, 2 outs, 4-0 Beavers over the Utica Unicorns here.
Pepe had that great bunt single back in the third inning.
The 2-1 to Dave Pepe is outside there. 3-1 on Dave Pepe, the leadoff hitter, speedster, center fielder for the Beavers. The 3-1. Pepe hits that out of play to put the count full, 3-2. Doing a good job working the count here on the big 6'5" right-hander Thomas Gill. The payoff pitch to Dave Pepe. Swung on foul. Back behind the screen here, behind home plate again, to keep the count even at 3-2. Good job, Pepe. Staying alive there on that high pitch.
Pepe's seen a lot of pitches tonight in his at-bats, working the count just as a leadoff hitter. You'd like your leadoff hitter to do.
The 3-2. Pepe hits that out to right fielder. Crutcher got a good jump on that for the third out. And that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
All right, everybody. Have you ever wanted to ride in a human hamster ball and race your friend? Well, probably not, because these guys are having a hard time breathing in here. But regardless, it's the human hamster ball race. In the blue ball, it's Bo from Denver, Colorado. Give it up for Bo from the 303. And in the red, his buddy from Rochester Hills, Mario. They're going to race to the cones and back. Here we go. Ready, set, go. It's the human hamster ball race, everybody. Oh, they're off. Bo's trailing at the moment. Mario's in the lead in the red hamster ball. He goes around the cone. Mario representing the 248. Here he comes. Mario to the finish line. He beats his friend Bo. Yes, it's the human hamster ball race. Nice round of applause from the contestants, everybody.
And we're back here at Jimmy John's Field. Dave Siseski alongside James Zarnick. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel. Been a pretty efficient pitching job, as we mentioned, by Nick Jensen-Clagg as he toes the slab again here for the bottom of the 6th. For a guy who hasn't pitched in a full season, as he missed his whole senior season, pretty impressive with what he's been able to do again. As we've said time and time again, as that off-speed pitch has been phenomenal so far.
Yeah, you can tell Jensen-Clagg really getting comfortable out on the mound for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, and he's been that way pretty much all season. We're seeing him able to go a little bit deeper into the game here as he works that pitch count up, and just more freedom now as he's getting more comfortable here at Jimmy John's Field for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
As we mentioned, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning here, 4-0. Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. Unicorns trying to get something started here. Luciano Villanueva leads it off. First pitch to Villanueva as he shows bunt, pulls it back for a ball. Trying to do anything he can to get on base here.
No hits today for Luciano Villanueva, but his last two games have been really strong.
The 1-0 inside to put the count at 2-0 to Villanueva.
Don't want to see Jensen-Clagg start to overthrow here. He's been in a comfortable.
The 2-0 hit down to third base. Good play there by Kennan, and it makes a strong throw for the first out of the inning.
Hard hit ball there from Luciano Villanueva, but Kennan playing in at the grass for the bunt possibility. Able to get down and take his time throwing the ball across the diamond to record the first out of the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Jensen-Clagg at 74 pitches. You have to think this might be his last inning of work, but depending on how fast he gets through it. First pitch here to Blake Harrell. Looks like Harrell's in some pain there on that swing.
He fouled that ball off, and it didn't look like it caught him in the foot like it did with Jay Karp, but up towards more the knee area as he's trying to shake it off there.
Yeah, that trying to walk that one off there, but
Harrell reached on the 4-pitch walk back in the 4th inning and swiped second base. That's the furthest the Unicorns have got a base runner tonight.
The 0-1 pitch to Harrells. He hits it down to Nick Wilson. Wilson going to be a race to the first base, and Wilson wins the race there. Good aggressive base running by Blake Harrell, but nevertheless just out number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Another weakly hit ball there from the Unicorns bat against Nick Jensen-Clagg as he works through the 6th inning here, as the number 3 hitter is going to step up to the plate. And it's been very impressive from Nick Jensen-Clagg here tonight.
Obviously, he's on some sort of pitch count, as we've mentioned time and time again. He missed his whole senior season, but he's had a couple starts now. He went around 4 innings in both of those starts. You think they stretch him out if you get a quick inning here to another half inning of work, or would you take him out here?
There's action down in the Beavers bullpen, but with what Nick Jensen-Clagg is dealing here tonight, we might see manager Chris Newell maybe give him another half inning here. And
there's a sharp single up the middle there by Christopher Irvin. And James, we've tried to not mention too much about it, but there's a first there up on the board.
And that's the first hit. So answering your question about is Nick Jensen-Clagg going to be able to pitch through into the 7th inning? Now, possibly not, that the Unicorns have recorded their first hit of the night.
Yeah, just great job of pitching by him.
Phenomenal job by Nick Jensen-Clagg tonight, still pitching extremely well.
The first pitch here to Luis Duran, who's in there for Brad Young. First pitch from Jensen-Clagg is low. And as you mentioned, there's work out there in the bullpen, somebody getting ready. They just want to get the win for him at this point, and you have to think this might be the last inning of work. Pitch here to Duran. Duran hits that out to right field. Miles Williams under that, but actually the second baseman, Bossy, nice play there as that doesn't travel too far. And that's the end of the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll go to the 7th inning here. 4-0 Beavers over the Unicorns. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
The Kiss Cam brought to you by Tappers. That's right. And Journey's going to that special song by Capture Detroit of Journey. Loving, touching, and sweet.
Top of the 7th, we're back here on Jimmy John's Field, and there's a new pitcher. James, why don't you tell us a little bit more about him?
New pitcher is Donnie Murray from Boston, Massachusetts. August 11th is his birthday, 1992, makes him 23 years old. 6'2", 215 pounds. Appeared in 2 games for the Utica Unicorns. Appeared in a 6-0 win for the Unicorns, pitching an inning and 2/3, while giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts while facing 7 batters, no runs. And in his other appearance, pitched 2 1/3 inning, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So heavy strikeout guy here, Donnie Murray. And he'll look to stop the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers from adding any more runs to their already 4-0 lead here.
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of relievers come in here early on this season, and I think for me, this is one of the most impressive relievers coming out of that bullpen. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, doing exactly what you want from somebody coming out of there, just continuously throwing strikes and being very effective.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want out of your bullpen, is to throw strikes, not walk anybody, because as we've seen so far in games, when you walk players, they come across to score runs. So not something you want to do.
Right. As we see Aaron Bossy comes up here for his 3rd at-bat. First pitch from Murray is a fastball outside for a 1-0 count.
And Bossy, the new player to the USPBL, that stat line that really just jumps out to me is the 21 multi-hit games and 13 multi-RBI games in college at Marshall University.
The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit behind us here at the screen for a 1-1 count. Yeah, that's elite playing right there, playing at Marshall, but that's phenomenal numbers.
Conference USA all-tournament team this year as a senior. Played a lot of games for the Herd down at Marshall in all 4 years.
The 1-1 pitch. Ooh, that one inside there. Looked like he fought that off. That one was either going to hit him or foul that off. And just a strike, so a 1-2 count to Bossy.
Playing second base tonight. Can play some third base, as he saw some time there in college. But Aaron Bossy looking for his first hit in the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
The 1-2 pitch. Hit down to Irvin at third base. Irvin with a low throw, but gets Bossy for the first out of the inning.
Left fielder number 16, Eric.
4-0. Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. Second game of the day as we finished the rained-out game with a half inning. Beavers winning that game, and with a 4-0 lead here, as Murray steps off the hill there. And that'll bring up Eric Phyllis to the plate, left fielder for the Beavers. First pitch to Eric Phyllis is a ball low, 1-0 to Phyllis.
Eric Phyllis had the sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning when the Beavers scored all of their runs tonight.
The 1-0. Phyllis hit off the end of the bat there, a lazy ground ball. Nice play by Karp to throw over to Murray for the second out. That ball not hit very hard at all. Good pitch there by Donnie Murray, a quick 2 outs.
Good job by Donnie Murray getting over to the bag to cover. The final line on Tom Gill tonight. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no runs, no walks. So pretty efficient outing for Thomas Gill coming out of the bullpen for the Unicorns.
Yeah, that no runs, no walks. That's a good job by Gill coming in and throwing strikes for his team. That brings up Nick Wilson. First pitch to Wilson is in there for a strike. Good pitch there by Donnie Murray. The 0-1 to Nick Wilson. Is in there low to even the count, 1-1. As we said, 4-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Unicorns. We are in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, 0-1 count to big Nick Wilson.
All 4 of those runs being charged to the Utica Unicorns starting pitcher Jacob Ezell.
Nick Wilson with a little wiggle to his stance. The 0-1 is fouled back a little late there on Wilson's swing for a 0-2 count, 2 outs. Murray sets. The 0-2 pitch to Nick Wilson is low, Good patience there by Nick Wilson to put the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 2-2 as Murray looks for his sign, sets on the mound, and delivers a ball outside to put the count full. As we said, another nice night out here on a Wednesday night, Journey night. Good music, good food, good baseball. Just another night at Jimmy John's Field for families out here to have a lot of fun in Utica. The full count. Nice rocket there over Irvin's head out in left field. Misplayed. But Wilson will take a big turn, but the ball is delivered in there for a strike. Chris Cruz overran that a bit, but Wilson wasn't looking. Sharp hit again there by Nick Wilson.
I don't think he would have been able to scamper over to second base on that hard hit ball. Cruz did get over there quickly to corral it, just misplayed it a little bit. I just don't think that Nick Wilson would have been taking the chance there. He took a big turn, made the look, but just took his single, got back to first base to give it to the hitting machine, as I said last time up, Alex Bell.
Yeah, this is somebody you want up there with runners on scoring, runners on. As I said, 2 outs here in this inning. That first pitch inside, little uncomfortable there for Alex Bell as he gets out of the way. 1-0 to Alex Bell. 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning here. Murray sets. The pitch. Ooh, that one hits Alex Bell. Looks like Murray was really trying to go inside there on Alex Bell, as that might be the early scouting report on Bell, who's been able to hit everything, but comes a little too close for comfort there and puts on Bell, and now you got runners in scoring position for Dan Kennan with 2 outs.
Pitching inside to Alex Bell. I mean, really, they've tried to pitch him everywhere, and he's done nothing but hit the ball all over the field. So
why not try something, right?
You got to try something, and that limits him to 1 base, I guess, if you can look at it that way. But
right. Yeah, I mean, that's with what he's done so far, I guess it's effective pitching, right? Nevertheless, we have runners at first and second, 2 outs. Dan Kennan at the plate. Murray sets the pitch. That's low for a 1-0 count. 4-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. We're here in the top of the 7th inning. Dave Siseski here on the call alongside James Zarnick for a cool 70-something degree night here. The lights are out. Good baseball. The 1-0 count. And Kennan a sharp swing at that, but just fouls that back out of play above us to even the count at 1-1. Kennan, a guy who can play every infield spot, as we mentioned. A nice utility player. You need guys like that can play all those positions, and he's been a nice piece for this team to have early on.
And the biggest thing is he's hitting, too. I mean, 238 on the season, but he's got 5 hits, scored 3 runs, couple RBIs for him.
And a home run. The 1-1 pitch is a ball, 2-1. And he's been patient up there, working the count here.
Drew a walk back in the 2nd inning and has grounded into 2 fielders' choices since then. Last one was back to the pitcher where Tom Gill bounced the ball over to Louis Duran at second base to cut down the lead runner.
Murray delivers the 2-1 pitch. A aggressive swing there on a fastball up high. Dan Kennan fouls that back out of play behind home plate for a 2-2 count, evens it up. 2 outs, 4-0 Beavers over the Unicorns. Miles Williams on deck. Miles Williams had a very, very, very close foul ball that almost went over the left field Chevrolet pavilion for a home run. The 2-2 pitch to Dan Kennan. Kennan hits that over the first baseman's head in a perfect spot. That's going to bring home Nick Wilson for a throw, but big Nick Wilson just steps over the catcher there. That kind of a funny play there for a big 6'6" or 6'5" first baseman. The throw wasn't close, but
they did throw it all the way home, and
Nick just did a hurdle.
McKenna kind of picked the ball up to the right side of home plate, and as Nick was crossing the plate, kind of ran into him and stepped over him, and really the only option he had.
I mean, the big man had to do what he had to do. I mean, he uses McKenna as a hurdle. Run in there, 5-0, runners on the corners, and Miles Williams up with 2 outs. The first pitch from Murray to Williams. Aggressive swing again there by Miles Williams. That's a guy, as we've said, he will be very aggressive up there, swings at almost every first pitch, looking for a fastball to drive, preferably over the pavilion in left field. As McKenna tries to get on the same page with Murray there.
I think there he's flashing some signs to the fielders on what to do if a ball's hit there, but there is 2 outs here in this inning.
The 0-1 count to the powerful Miles Williams playing right field today. Is a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch there.
Good pitch there by Donnie Murray. Snaps off the curveball and has Miles Williams way out in front of that.
0-2 pitch to Miles Williams. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. 5-0 Beavers over the Unicorns. The 0-2 pitch from Donnie Murray. He sets and delivers. Is swung on by Miles Williams, but he doesn't run. The ball gets away from the catcher there, but Miles Williams is going to reach first base, and a run is going to cross plate there to build on that lead 6-0.
Next up,
it looks like
number 99, Ramon Ortega.
Brian McKenna was unsure where that ball was at first.
Yeah, Miles Williams was unsure too. He was upset he struck out kind of a half swing, but when he realized the ball got away from McKenna, he was easy. I mean, he could have walked down the first base. The ball got so far away from McKenna.
So could have got out of that inning with a strikeout from Murray, but the runner reaches first and second, 6-0, 2 outs. Ray Ortega at bat. First pitch to Ortega is in there for a good fastball on the outside corner. 2 runs in this inning for the Beavers, 4 in the 3rd inning for all their scoring so far, and a combination of great pitching from Nick Jensen-Clagg has them up 6-0 in the top of the 7th inning here. The 0-1 to Ray Ortega. Donnie Murray sets, looks at second, throws in there, and that ball's a little short. Bounces in there.
Ortega on base a couple times today. Led off the 3rd inning with a walk, in the 4th inning with a single.
1-1 pitch here to Ray Ortega. Murray sets and delivers. That's hit sharply past Irvin at third base here. That's going to get at least 1 run in. Miles Williams goes to third base. Ortega gets there into second base. Nice piece of hitting again from Ray Ortega to push this lead at 7-0, the 9th hit of the ball game for the Birmingham Beavers. Just a nice at-bat there for Ray Ortega for his 2nd hit of the game. And that'll bring a meeting, looks like a pitching change, or just a meeting here to give a little time for the pitchers there warming up. Looks like there's somebody there from the left side.
Looks like it's Rich Cavazza down there from the lefty. Number 17 for the Utica Unicorns, getting loose down in the bullpen as Donnie Murray has given up a couple hits here and allowed 3 runs in the top half of the 7th here.
And that meeting will end there with no change, just trying to buy some time here, and that'll bring up DJ Martinez. 7-0. Top of the 7th inning, 3 runs in here for the Beavers, 2 outs. First pitch from Donnie Murray to DJ Martinez. Murray delivers, and that'll be outside there for a ball, 1-0 in the count. Looks like Miles Williams is trying to get Murray's attention and distract him a bit down there at third base, but Murray not worried about it. The 1-0 pitch from Donnie Murray is low for a 2-0 count. Nine hits on the night for the Beavers on 7 runs. 3 this inning. Looking for more with runners at second and third. 2-0 pitch to DJ Martinez. Murray delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner there. Good pitch there by Donnie Murray. This has been the first game we've actually seen Murray get hit around a little bit. It's going to happen in a long season, but I think he's just catching the Beavers on a night where they're hitting on all cylinders.
You know, the last 3 games, I mean 4 if you include tonight for the Beavers, really been hitting the ball, scoring lots of runs, and he looked to maybe one guy really, and it's Alex Bell. Once they inserted him into the lineup,
yeah,
he's really been on a tear for him in helping them out early in the season, because they started 0-3 to start the season.
Exactly, 3-0 right now, or 3-0 since then. I mean,
yeah, they won their last 3 games to get to 500 as they play their 7th game tonight. But it was something that we were looking for from the Beavers early in the season. Was you had Nick Williams hitting the home runs, or Nick Wilson hitting the home runs, but there was nothing else to go along with Nick Wilson.
Yeah.
Now you got someone like Alex Bell, who's been hitting the ball all over the field, and this lineup has really perked up.
The 2-2 pitch is low. And then another guy you mentioned, Bossy, coming in here, who can provide some hitting, as we've heard all the accolades that he piled up in college. That's only another piece there. This lineup's going to look really scary. And
you have Ray Ortega after taking over majority of the catching duties after Bianchi was let go.
There's a swing on and a miss. Good high fastball there. And that'll end the top of the 7th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. 3 runs in here for the Beavers as they lead 7-0. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
Let's hear ya. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the whole team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Your turn now. Let's hear ya. Here we go. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the whole team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Great job, Jimmy John's Field. Awesome.
And we're back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher for the Beavers. James, why don't you tell us a little bit more about him?
New pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers is number 13, Houghton Buchanan. Big right-handed pitcher, 6'8", 250 pounds from Biloxi, Mississippi. Appeared in 2 games so far for the Beavers. Pitched 1 inning in both of those games. Didn't give up a run. Or yet to give up a hit. He's walked a couple, 4 strikeouts in his 2 appearances, and he's recorded a save along the way. So a guy that manager Chris Newell's counted on to close games out for him here. Here he puts him in the bottom of the 7th to face the middle part of the of the Unicorns
Now batting
lineup.
for the Unicorns, number
That'll be
3,
the end of the day for
Crutcher.
pitcher Nick Jensen-Clagg, who goes 6 innings with 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, only allowing the 1 hit to Chris Irvin in the last half of the inning. Really great performance from him. The off-speed worked all day, and they got to be happy with the performance they got from Nick Jensen-Clagg.
First pitch to Austin Crutcher by Buchanan in there for a strike. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. 1 run would have been enough today, but nevertheless, we have 7 runs on the board. Good job, good baseball play on both sides for the Beavers today. The 0-1 pitch to Crutcher is swung on and missed. We've said it time and time again, the off-speed stuff. I think as far as off-speed goes, that's the best that we've seen all season long consistently. Good job by him today. The 0-2 to Austin Crutcher is swung on and missed for the first out. Strikeout here for Buchanan, his first of the game. Good job of pitching there by Buchanan, going out of the zone there to get Crutcher.
Yeah, like you said, just an all-around good. The off-speed was really, I mean, Jensen-Clagg had 7 strikeouts, excuse me. I would say that probably at least 6 of them were on swinging, third strike swinging on that off-speed pitch, the curveball he was featuring today.
First pitch to Chris Cruz is a ball low there from Buchanan. 7-0 Beavers over the Utica Unicorns, bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out here. Chris Cruz at the plate. The 1-0 is a ball outside, 2-0. Cruz steps back there in, looking for the 2-0. Buchanan sets, delivers the pitch. There's a swing on for Cruz out to right field there. That'll drop down for his first hit of the ball game, thrown in there by Miles Williams. Good piece of hitting, being patient there by Chris Cruz.
Yeah, just takes what the pitcher gives to him, squares up a ball, drives it into right center field. Miles Williams cuts it off and keeps Cruz at a single, but nice at-bat there from Cruz to get on base after the leadoff strikeout from Austin Crutcher.
Yeah, Unicorns got to be happy to see a pitching change after the effective pitching so far for Jensen-Clagg, as Jay Karp swings at that pitch aggressively, a very high pitch at the letters for a 0-1 count. 1 out, runner on first base is Cruz. Jay Karp up to bat, 7-0 Beavers over the Unicorns, bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 is swung on by Karp and fouled off again. Looks like Buchanan so far strictly going with that fastball.
And that's what he has done in his other appearances. Strictly throws a hard fastball. He will mix in an off-speed pitch every once in a while, but for the most part, he just challenges hitters with his fastball. Shows it to him and says, hit it.
The 0-2 is bounced in there. That'll get behind home plate, and the runner Cruz will move up on that. Looks like Ortega wasn't too sure where that ball had gone, but bounced up and hit the screen.
Yeah, that ball,
the runner up.
That ball really ricocheted off of Ortega. The ball almost went probably 15 feet up the screen here behind home plate. Cruz advances over to second base. Only the second time tonight the Unicorns have been able to get a runner over to second base.
The 1-2 count, 1-2 pitch to Jay Karp is a ball low. Karp doesn't offer at that. Good job by Jay Karp to lay off to even the count at 2-2. 1 out. Runner at second base is Chris Cruz. Buchanan sets and delivers the 2-2 pitch to Jay Karp. Karp softly hits that to the pitcher Buchanan, who will run that over and throw a underhand toss to Nick Wilson for the second out. Good play there by Buchanan.
Sounded like a broken bat there from Jay Karp, and on the hands, and softly grounds the ball back to Houghton Buchanan, who checked the runner back to second and trotted over and underhand flipped the ball over to Nick Wilson.
Buchanan, watching him pitch here, he really, obviously, as we say, a very tall pitcher, but he really comes over the top with that fastball.
He really does a good job kind of hiding the ball as he delivers it towards home plate. And the 6'8" body frame really gives him an even more advantage as he's on top of those hitters really coming home with that ball.
He stepped off there to look Cruz back to second, but nobody covering. As that brings up Brian McKenna. First pitch to McKenna with 2 outs is swung on, a fastball, as we said. Seems to be the go-to pitch for Buchanan, as he does a good job, as we said, disguising that pitch. For somebody 6'8", that's really hard to pick up, and once you do, it's already on your hands there.
Yeah, I mean, just the height advantage of the wingspan, being able to cut that 60 feet 6 inches down even more.
There's a ball high there, 1-1 with 2 outs. As Buchanan sets on the mound, the 1-1. Buchanan delivers. That's a swung on by McKenna there on that fastball. Good job of pitching so far for Buchanan outside of that one single by Cruz. Looking to get out of the inning here for the Beavers. The 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, 7-0 Beavers. That pitch is just outside there to even the count at 2-2.
That looked like a pretty good pitch from up
here. It looked good.
I don't know if it was high, maybe above the letters to McKenna, but that was a pretty close pitch to take there from Houghton Buchanan.
It's a 7-0 ball game. Maybe umpire giving a little bit more calls than he normally wouldn't if it was a closer. But wow, there's another fastball and taking there, and that's strike 3 for there on McKenna. That'll end the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th inning here. 7-0 Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
All right, everybody, while the song Faithfully is playing here on Journey Night, it is not going to be a faithful, lovey-dovey event here for the Dizzy Bat Race. Let's introduce our contestants. First up in the Buster Posey jersey, David Rochester, and the Zach Attack, Zach and Shelby in the Randy Johnson uniform. Give them a hand, everybody. They are going to spin around 8 times. This is inside. Guess what? 8 times run around the cone, and it'll be a journey for them. Get it? I'm rolling. My Buzz is here too. All right, here we go. Get set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, fellas. Let's go.
And we're back at Jimmy John's Field as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Unicorns on the field, and there's a new unicorn on the mound. James is going to give you more information about him.
New pitcher for the Utica Unicorns is lefty Rich Cavaza. He's appeared in 2 games for the Unicorns, pitched 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 3 strikeouts, and 5 base on balls for Cavaza in his first 2 appearances in the USPBL. I thought he's done a good job. One of the games he appeared in was a blowout loss to the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, and he was able to come in and kind of stop the bleeding Got a lot of swing and misses, a lot of weak ground balls hit from the East Side Diamond Hoppers. Really kept them off balance and pitched 3 pretty solid innings of work in that game. So he's a lefty, not a hard thrower, but he'll get the ball over the plate, and he keeps these hitters off balance. You'll see a lot of ground balls hit softly into the ground when he's really on his game.
Yeah, down 7-0. You have to think in the top of the 8th inning, he's just going to get a couple innings of work here and just, like you said, just try to stop the bleeding a little bit here as Dave Pepe steps in there, speedy center fielder from the left side, so a lefty-lefty matchup here to start the inning. First pitch from Cavaza is in there for a strike.
Pepe flied out to the right fielder, Austin Crutcher, in his last at-bat. Also grounded out to the pitcher on a bunt, a sacrifice bunt that moved the runners over that did not score in the 4th inning.
The 0-1 from Cavaza is a ball high there. 1-1 count. 7-0. Beavers over the Unicorns. Top of the 8th inning here. Only 2 hits so far for the Unicorns. There's the pitch there to Pepe as he hits that out to left field. And it looks like Cruz kind of lost that a little bit there in the lights, but is able to recover and make the first out of the inning. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Aaron Bossy. It'll be Austin Leyritz, number 1 there for the Beavers. First pitch to Leyritz is a strike swinging.
Austin's played 4 games for the Unicorns. He's still looking for that first hit, actually. Couple walks, scored a run.
Is 0-2. As we mentioned before, son of former Yankee great Jim Leyritz, who was pretty dominant in the major leagues for a couple of years there with the Yankees. But there's a strikeout there on 3 pitches from Rich Cavaza, who's come in and done a great job.
And not what you wanted to do there if you're Austin Leyritz. Get the at-bat here in the 8th inning, take over at second base for Aaron Bossy, who struck out twice, walked, and grounded out to the third baseman in his USPBL league debut.
As it looks like Kyle Richards will come up for an at-bat. Richards hits that over to the shortstop, and I didn't know if he made that play at first there, but that was hit in the right spot there. Just a blooper over Carlos Gonzalez's glove. Nice job of hitting there for Kyle Richards.
Yeah, just out of the reach of Carlos Gonzalez. I mean, that was probably inches away from falling in the webbing of his glove, but just dropped in and kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, not a lot he could have done on that play.
Yeah, too softly hit for an outfielder to come in and make the play, and he might have been fooled a little bit. It was a hard swing, but ball dropped in.
That'll bring up Corey Slater for his first at-bat of the night. Slater will come into the game, I believe, for
Nick Wilson.
Nick Wilson.
I believe this is Slater's first appearance in any game for the United Shore Professional Baseball League. 6'2" first baseman from Jupiter, Florida.
0-2 count here from Cavaza, who came out of that bullpen and just thrown strikes. And that one's a ball outside. So an exciting time here for Corey Slater, taking his first at-bat here. Let's see if he can do something here with it. 7-0 his team up. 10 hits on the night. 2 outs. The 1-2 from Cavaza. As Slater hits it down to the first base side, but that's foul. Carp will throw that into the stands.
Kind of sawed him off there inside. Got the ball in on his hands, and he just fought it off. Tapped it foul down the first base line. Was that Corey Slater, number 15, 6'2" righty.
The 1-2 pitch to Corey Slater. Cavaza sets. And the pitch. That's a swinging miss for strike 3. Good job there by Cavaza with 2 strikeouts in the inning. That'll end the top of the 8th inning. 7-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Unicorns. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
Welcome back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. We had those couple offensive changes in a couple pinch hitting for the top half of the inning for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. Austin Laritz will stay in the game and play second base. Corey Slater, who came in to pinch hit for Nick Wilson, will stay in the game and play first base. And Kyle Richards, who came in the game for left fielder Eric Phillis, will play center field, and Dave Pepe will move over to left field. And that straightens everything out here for the Unicorns.
As we got the fans doing the YMCA, having a lot of fun out here tonight. And it's been a lot of fun for us, James, as we've seen some good pitching by Nick Jensen-Clagg, timely hitting from the Beavers. So far tonight, they've really dominated this game so far and been firing on all cylinders.
It looks like we got a new pitcher as well. Looks like that's number 23, Forrest Kumis, coming into pitch here. He'll face the bottom of the order to start off. First pitch from Kumis is in there for a strike to Carlos Gonzalez. Forrest, the pitcher that we mentioned from South Carolina, played at the University of South Carolina for a couple years, was first team all-freshman in 2011, was the Gatorade Player of the Year in high school in 2010 in South Carolina. And he actually started Game 1 of the College World Series for the University of South Carolina, and they went on to win as he's behind 2-1 to Carlos Gonzalez, and he fouls the fourth pitch of the at-bat back to the screen.
Kumis so far in the season, 2 games, 1 started. He's given up nothing so far on the runs. 7 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 5 base on balls. Been very effective, a little wild on those base on balls. Wants to get those strikeouts up a little bit, but we've seen really good stuff from him so far. And as you said, a very decorated collegiate career. And there's the 2-2 pitches in there for a ball. 3-2 to fill that count up for Carlos Gonzalez. The 3-2 count off Forrest's glove. That's going to roll to the second baseman. No play there for Layritz. But a nice try there for Kumis. Sometimes that will mess up a routine play there for the infield, but a ground ball comes right by you. It's only reflexes. You're going to reach out and try to make a play on it.
Yeah, Forrest looked pretty upset with himself there. Thought he should have made the play, but nonetheless, a single to lead off the inning for Carlos Gonzalez.
Luciano Villanueva up there with nobody out. And a runner on at first base. First pitch there is a ball outside. 7-0, as we said, Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. Bottom of the 8th inning here. Forrest Kumis on the mound. The 1-0 pitch is hit over the third base side. That'll get past Kennan. Out to left field there. Runners at second and first. Good job there by Luciano Villanueva as they try to start a rally here in the bottom of the 8th inning here.
That's a three-game hitting streak for Luciano Villanueva now, as he's hit safely in tonight's game after he grounded out a couple times to the shortstop and third baseman and also struck out once. So he gets on the hit column, and the Unicorns are in some business here against Forrest Kumis as they got 2 runners on, nobody out.
First pitch from Kumis to Harrell is hit over to the shortstop there. Good play there by Martinez, and he makes a strong throw, but the runner's safe. That'll load the bases up there. Great job by Martinez to just get to that ball, possibly keeping the run off the board here, but bases loaded off Forrest Kumis. No outs. A late rally here as Chris Irvin comes to the plate from the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, nice play by DJ Martinez, diving to his right, scooping the ball up, and he threw the ball from the ground basically over and made a really good throw over to Austin Lariats covering second base. Just not in time to get Luciano Villanueva, who runs extremely well.
So as we said, bases loaded. First pitch to Chris Irvin is in there for a strike. Looks like there's a little bit of movement there down in the bullpen for the Beavers. A couple guys throwing. Forrest Kumis, second pitch of the at-bat, 0-1 pitch. Looks like a curveball in there inside. Nice movement on that pitch, but just misses. 1-1 to Chris Irvin. Bases loaded. 7-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over these Unicorns in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Questionable call there as Irvin didn't like it, but strike nonetheless.
Final line for Houghton Buchanan. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs given up, no walks, 2 strikeouts facing 4 batters.
Kumis steps off the mound there, adjusts his hat.
A little bit of late life here from the Unicorns. Let's see if they can get a few of these runs across the plate.
The 1-2 pitch. Irvin hits that right to Kumis. He'll go to home to first for a 1-2-3 double play. Good job, heads up play there by Forrest Kumis.
Yeah, second ball that he's got hit back to him, and that time he got his glove on it and was able to make the all cool 1-2-3 double play.
You don't see that often, huh?
Nope, but he induced the soft ground ball back to him, took his time, made the good throw to Ortega, who stepped out into fair territory and threw the ball down to Corey Slater to complete the 1-2-3 double play.
Now all of a sudden you had nobody out and the runners full. Now you got 2 outs here, and first pitch to Luis Duran is a ball. That is a inning rally killer there, but heads up play by Kumis to come home on that play. The 1-0 pitch to Luis Duran is fouled up in the air. Ortega's not going to be able to get to that one with all that room over there. That'll just even the count at 1-1.
Lots of room down in foul territory and on both sides of the field here at Jimmy John's Field. So when foul balls go up in the air, there's lots of chance for the catcher or first or third baseman to make a play on a ball that's hit into foul territory.
Kumis back on the mound here, sets, looks over to third, delivers the pitch, the 1-1 pitch, and that is low for a 2-1 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-0 Beavers over the Utica Unicorns as they try to put together a late rally here. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Luis Duran. Good job there by Kumis, keeping him off balance. Kumis has battled back after loading the bases. Could get out of this with no harm done. Great job by him. And the 2-2 pitch. Kumis steps off there. Back on the mound, looks for his sign. Sets, delivers. The 2-2 is down low outside there to load the count at 3-2.
Just missing there at that fastball low and away. Duran did a nice job holding up, not chasing, and helping out the pitcher there.
The 3-2 is called strike. As Duran didn't like that, but Kumis battles back, doesn't give up a single run. Great pitching there. And we'll go to the top of the ninth. This game's going to stay 7-0 Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel. And we're back for the top of the ninth inning. 7-0 Beavers over the Unicorns as Rich Cavazza toes the slab again for a second inning of work. Tomorrow night will be Minion Night at 7:25. That'll be a lot of fun for the fans out there. And Friday night at 7:45 is Country Night. And after that game, fans will have a treat as there'll be fireworks every Friday night. And as we've been here for those, James, it's been quite a show on Friday nights with those fireworks. Definitely something worth staying around to see.
Definitely. If you got some family, young kids, bring them out, enjoy a good baseball game, and get to stay after, watch some fireworks, and listen to some good country music on Friday night as well.
Fireworks, country music, baseball. Sounds good, like a good combination to me. First pitch there from Cavazza to Alex Bell is a ball. 1-0 is the count. The 1-0 to Bell is a ball outside. 2-0 to, as you referred to him, the hitting machine, Alex Bell.
He had 7 hits coming into this game, added 2 more tonight, reached on a walk as well.
Cavazza gets his sign.
Added 2 more RBIs to bring his total to 6 for the season.
There's a swinging strike there. 2-1 on the count to Alex Bell. Yeah, he just keeps producing for this team, and at a time where they needed, as we said, more protection for Nick Wilson, and he's provided it, and you're seeing it pay off. That's a tap foul to even the count at 2-2. I mean, because you have to choose to pitch to one of those guys. And then when Miles Williams starts turning it around, if Dave Pepe can get on base and score runs for this offense, it's going to be a very scary offense. And then you get pitching like Nick Jensen-Clagg did tonight. They're a force to be reckoned with.
There's no doubt about that. And definitely what Chris Newell had in mind when he made this roster up of players and got off to the slow start, but this is probably more what he envisioned when he picked his team for the season and first year in the USPBL.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on, a strikeout of Alex Bell. Good pitch there, off-speed variety from Rich Cavazza. for the first out. As we mentioned, 7-0. Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns here. We're in the top of the 9th inning. One out here. That'll bring up, looks like a pinch hitter here. Kevin Worth will come into the game for his first at-bat of the night. Number 24, Worth hitting .286 on the season. First pitch to him is a ball low.
Couple hits on the year for Worth. He's played some third base. He's also played some outfield for the Beavers.
Cavazza gets his sign, sets the 1-0. Is swung on to right field. That one is going to drop foul. That was going to be a hard play to make over there for Austin Crutcher, and I don't think that Duran was going to be able to get to that one either. That could have easily been a bloop single, but just foul. Puts the count at 1-1.
Rich Cavazza has been fairly impressive here for the Unicorns as he's come into this game. 3 strikeouts and just 5 batters faced. Gave up the 1 hit.
The 1-1 to Kevin Worth is swung on, way out of play on the right field side. That might have got out of this stadium. And that'll put the count at 1-2. Yeah, good job by Cavazza when they needed somebody to come in, pitch a couple innings, and stop the bleeding a bit, and just throw strikes. And as you said, with 3 strikeouts so far in the game, he's done just that. The 1-2 is swung on from Kevin Worth. 1 out. 7-0 as we mentioned. 10 hits so far for the Beavers, and pitching a shutout on the other side. A very, very good night for them as a team. As we mentioned time and time again, hitting on all cylinders here. Trying to add on another run here. The 1-2 pitch is outside high to even the count at 2-2 on Kevin Worth. Oh, 2-2 count here. And that one's going to get down there and hit the gap there. Good job of hitting there by Kevin Worth. That will be a single. Perfect spot there between the center and right fielder to keep this inning going with 1 out. Miles Williams up to the plate.
We've seen it already a couple times in this game. Miles has grounded out to the shortstop in 3 of his at-bats. Reached last time on a strikeout that got away from McKenna, but he did show his power when he hit that ball just foul down the left field line, way back out there in left field. Just looking to get more consistent here at the plate.
First pitch to Williams is a ball low or outside. 1 out. Man on first. The 1-0 count to Miles Williams. Cavazza delivers. That ball's hit out to center field. That ball's carrying. Keeps going back there and just stays in the yard here. That ball looked like just a regular fly ball, but just kept carrying out to center field. Almost got out there, James.
You know, I thought that actually off the bat that it had a chance. I think he got it just underneath it just a bit, but another good swing from Miles Williams, and that's something to continue to work on. I mean, it hasn't paid off in the hit department tonight, but another good swing showing, I mean, that he drove that ball out to center field, and the hits are going to start to come for this guy, I have a feeling.
First pitch to Ray Ortega is a ball high, but yeah, eventually that swing, those swings are going to produce home runs and big hits, and you see he's almost there. I mean, his timing is getting there. We've seen it in batting practice. It's one thing to do in a game as that pitch is in there for a strike to Ray Ortega to put the count at 1-1, but big things are to come from Miles Williams. I do believe that he's going to be a powerful force in this league. The 1-1 pitch to Ray Ortega. Cavaza delivers. That looks like he lost a grip on that one. That's a changeup high there to put the count at 2-1.
Not only has Ortega done a really good job behind the plate in catching the pitchers for the Beavers tonight, but on base 3 times with an RBI, scored a run.
And the 2-1 pitch to Ray Ortega is a strike outside. That was a little questionable there. Ortega didn't like it too much, but 7-0 lead here, and maybe he doesn't have as much to say. Just goes on to the next pitch here. 2-2 pitch from Cavaza is a ball low.
Well, catchers always feel like they know the strike zone the best, and you know they work with the umpire for 9 innings of a game, and when they hit, they think they're still working with them. But a strike called on the outside part of the plate there for Ray Ortega.
Full count pitch here. And he lost him. There's a walk there from Cavaza, who, as we mentioned, coming into this inning was cruising. Now puts runners at second and first with DJ Martinez coming to the plate. Martinez last half inning made a nice diving play and throw to Leyritz. Wasn't able to get the out, but maybe saved a run from scoring. First pitch to Martinez is a ball high. 7-0, Beavers over the Unicorns. Top of the 9th inning here. Rich Cavaza on the mound. And the pitch, a swinging strike there. Aggressive swing by DJ Martinez. Cavaza sets. And there's another swing and miss.
Beavers have had runners on the base pass all night tonight, every inning except for the 6th inning. Only inning that they didn't get a runner on base.
The 1-2 is swung on and hit foul behind the plate there against the screen. Keep the count at 1-2.
When you have 11 hits and score 7 runs, you always have a lot of traffic on the base pass, but the Beavers the Beavers have done a good job just making it hard for the Unicorns pitchers.
Cavaza delivers the 1-2. That's a swinging strike 3. Cavaza gets out of the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. 7-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. You're listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
Have your attention, please. Now pitching for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, number 3 from Fairfax Station, Virginia, Roddy Kidd.
we're back for the bottom of the ninth inning. Beavers take the field trying to slam the door here. New pitcher on the mound. James will give you a little information about him.
Robbie Kidd, number 3, your new pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. From Fairfax Station, Virginia, the right-hander, 6 foot, 175 pounds, has appeared in 2 games for the Beavers. First appearance, pitched a full inning, gave up no runs, no hits, 1 walk on 4 batters faced. Second game, he pitched an inning of a third, gave up no runs, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout while only facing 2 batters.
Austin Crutcher up to bat here. That'll be a ball high. Or a strike, excuse me. 0-1 pitch there. Swung on another pitch high out of the strike zone, but Crutcher aggressively swings, putting him in an 0-2 hole here.
Final line for Forrest Kumis. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout. Worked himself out of a bases-loaded jam. Big help from the 1-2-3 double play forced from Chris Irvin, and struck the following batter out to end the inning. So good inning of work there after getting himself in some trouble.
That's another ball there. Put the count at 3-1 on the right fielder today for the Utica Unicorns, Austin Crutcher. The 3-1 pitch is a ball high. He lost him. That'll put the first base runner on here in the 9th. As we mentioned, it's 7-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns here, bottom of the 9th inning. 11 hits on 7 runs for the Beavers. 5 hits, no runs for the Unicorns. The pitching for the Beavers has been the story. Alex Bell, another good job at the plate. 2 RBIs on the day. Again for him, that's 6 on the season in just 3 games.
It all started with tonight's starting pitcher, number 25, Nick Jensen-Clagg, who went 6 innings.
And the runner will go there, but there'll be no throw, and that's a strike on that pitch to put the count even at 1-1 to Chris Cruz.
Yeah, that probably won't even go down as a stolen base there for Crutcher, as Slater was playing 10 steps behind him at first base.
There's a meeting there at the mound. Quick talk by Kidd. And
7-0 game. You're not holding the runners close, so Crutcher basically walked down to first or second base there.
I noticed that Alex Bell is catching right now in there for Ortega, so getting his first action behind the plate. Pitch there to Cruz is hit out to right field. Miles Williams with a great bullet into the infield there. Wow, what an arm he's got on him.
Yeah, he's showed it so far in this young season that he hasn't really got to use it yet, but Miles Williams has an extremely strong arm from the outfield. It might be the best arm on any of the 3 teams from the outfield, and wisely held Austin Crutcher there at third base, because it could have been an out at home with Miles Williams throwing from right field.
Yeah, Miles Williams just daring him to run there. That was a phenomenal throw. But Jay Karp up to bat with a chance to put up the first run for his team, break that shutout, as well as get the first RBI of the season for Karp. The 1-0 pitch to Karp is a swing and miss. Good pitch there by Kidd. It seems to be the scouting report on Karp is they're going high with that fastball, and Karp swinging very aggressively so far early on in the season. The 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. 1-2 on Jay Karp. 7-0. Utica Unicorns behind the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. The Unicorns rallying right now in the bottom of the 9th with runners at first and third with Jay Karp up to bat. The 1-2 pitch is a swing and miss. Another strikeout. Good off-speed pitch there. Karp looking for the fastball, but comes up short swing in there for the first out for Robbie Kidd.
Yeah, like you said, good off-speed pitch there from Robbie Kidd. Really just keeping Carp off balance, have him offer at that outside and away pitch for strike 3.
Brian McKenna will be up to bat and try to drive that run in. First pitch, a ball outside. The 1-0 pitch to the catcher, Brian McKenna, is a strike outside. Good pitch there by Kidd.
So as you mentioned, with Alex Bell moving behind the dish, he was tonight's designated hitter. So now if for some reason the Unicorns score 7 runs, the pitcher will have to bat. There's no designated hitter anymore.
That'd be a heck of a rally, but we've seen crazier things for sure. So definitely see how this one goes with a runner lurking at third base with Brian McKenna up to the bat with 1-2 pitch is a ball outside to even the count at 2-2. As we said, runners at third, also at first, 1 out, 2-2 pitch to McKenna coming up here in a 7-0 Beavers lead in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kidd steps off the mound there. Kidd sets, gets his pitch, the delivery. That's a ball outside. That ball's going to get away, and Cruz is going to move up to second base there. That's going to be a wild pitch. Put the count at 2-2 on McKenna.
Base hit for McKenna here. Most likely he'll plate 2 runs for the Unicorns. Still looking for their first run of the game.
Kidd looks for his sign, sets. The full count pitch is a swung on and missed strike. That's strike 3 there. Good pitch there by Robbie Kidd to Brian McKenna. 2 outs in the inning. Another good job so far of pitching out of trouble. Might be able to get out of this and preserve that shutout.
I like that pitch there. Just kind of rear back, let the fastball go, and challenge McKenna and said, here, hit this. As manager Chris Newell trots out to the mound.
Looks like we got a pitching change here.
Looks like Randy Wynn will be the new pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
Yeah, good job there by Kidd to not give up any runs here as the Unicorns were pressuring him with no outs here in the inning, but good job of pitching out of that. But these 2 runners on base will be charged to him. We'll see if Randy Wynn can pitch out of trouble here as Gonzalez comes up.
Randy Wynn from San Diego, California, making the trip all the way over to Utica, Michigan from sunny San Diego.
Sunny San Diego. I mean, the weather's been nice here so far this season, other than that one rainout for between these 2 teams. But San Diego, he's got to be trying to adapt anyway to this Michigan weather, which is obviously very unpredictable. San Diego, it's usually sunny 75, 80 degrees every day.
Yeah, we ended up with a really nice night here at Jimmy John's Field. They talked about rain all afternoon, maybe as we moved into the night, but the rain stayed away and the sun was out for the good majority of the game.
Yeah, a nice, fun night out here for the fans.
Yeah, Journey Tribute Night. Here, I got some stats on Randy Wynn. He actually took the loss in one of his appearances. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings. He's given up his last 2 innings better than his first. He gave up no runs in his last 2, only 1 hit, and striking out a batter while facing 8 batters in his last 2 appearances. His first appearance, he took the loss after going an inning in 2/3, giving up 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So since he took that loss in the first June 2nd game against the Diamond Hoppers, 2 nice innings of work for Randy Wynn, and he'll look to strand the runners on 2nd and 3rd here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, excuse me.
So no chance for a save for Randy Wynn, but he can still preserve that shutout for Nick Jensen-Clagg, who, after that performance that he had today, he definitely deserves the victory. But I think every pitcher that's come in for them has done a good job. As we talked about Forrest Kumis pitching out of trouble with the unlikely 1-2-3 double play. He pitched out of trouble. And they can just keep the ball rolling here.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just very impressed with how they pitched today as a staff as a whole.
Yeah, you had Nick Jensen-Clagg, as we've said a couple times, gave up the 1 hit in his last inning of work. He had no hits through 5 2/3 innings. He walked 2, struck out 7. He was followed by Houghton Buchanan, who pitched an inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. Forrest Kumis, as we mentioned earlier in this half inning, pitched an inning, 3 hits, 0 runs, and 1 strikeout for him. And Robbie Kidd didn't give up a hit, had 1 walk. But as we have a little bit of a delay here as the umpires talk to Chris Newell, manager. And
yeah, not sure what they're talking about here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was something wrong with the lineup card or what's going on here. Rich Donnell, the assistant coach, is also in there, and
yeah, maybe as we seen Bell came out here to catch. I don't know if it wasn't relayed to the umpires or if it was Slater at first base. I'm not too sure here, but
all their offensive substitutions, the ones that the Bossy, Phyllis, Nick Wilson, Dan Kennan, all those came during plate appearances where Austin Laritz came in for Bossy. You had Richards come in for Eric Phyllis, Corey Slater in there for Nick Wilson, and then you had Kevin Worth come in for Dan Kennan, and those were all done as they were hitting. So I'm not 100% sure.
There's definitely a disagreement going down here, though. As fans get a little restless here. We're, as one fan says, we're calling it a draw. It hasn't been that long of a game, but as we're an out away from a Beaver victory, you have to wonder what the discussion is here and what can be done at this point. The meeting looks like it's going to continue with the Unicorns.
As they bring manager, they're trying to bring manager Greg Grawl out. He's slowly making his way out to home plate now.
We'll take a quick break here on the USPBL YouTube channel. We'll be back to sort this out in a second. You are listening to the USPBL YouTube channel at Jimmy John's Field. And we're back to finish this one up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. A little bit of confusion going on. James, do you have any clarity for us?
I can't even begin to guess what the discussion was about. The only possibility is maybe that Randy Wynn wasn't placed on the lineup card, but he is an active player on the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers roster, so he will pitch here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, and his first pitch to Carlos Gonzalez was a strike. So not really sure what the confusion was, but a little 5-minute delay, and we're back on top of things here.
The 0-1 pitch is popped up. That's going to go to second baseman Leyritz there, who gets the out. So after all the confusion, we're done with this one. Good job by Randy Wynn to pitch out of trouble there. That'll end the game. 7-0 Beavers over the Unicorns. An impressive win here for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. We'll be back with our players of the game as well as box scores and our keys to this victory. You are listening to the USPBL YouTube channel.
Kids, as a reminder, if you want to run the bases, please line up on the first base parking patio by the bullpen. 2:59 will make it happen. And as always, please remember to stay off the grass when running the bases. Thank you.
And we're back here for the post game. A 7-0 victory for the Beavers. I think it's an easy call here tonight. Who's our player of the game?
The player of the game tonight will be tonight's starting pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, Nick Jensen-Clagg, going 6 strong innings, giving up the 1 hit, allowing no runs, only walking two players. He also had the hit by pitch there and the striking out of 7 Unicorns along the way. So a good outing from him. The relievers that came in after him were very strong players, as we have the Unicorns, or the Bloomfield Beavers, high-fiving all the young kids that are coming out to run the bases here at Jimmy John's Field. 7-0 was the score in favor of the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
It's a mouthful.
Sometimes
right?
It can be a mouthful when you say it a bunch of times.
We could just say Beavers. How about that?
Anything else that stood out to you tonight in tonight's game?
It's just a very all-around good played game for the Beavers on 7 runs, as you said, on 11 hits, only giving up 6 hits as a staff. The 1 error on the game. It's just a really good played baseball game for the Beavers. On the other side, the Unicorns, as we said, it's a long season. You come back the next game with a short-term memory, and you get off the snide and try to go at it again and try to get a victory. But as we said, another beautiful night of baseball. 7-0 Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers over the Utica Unicorns. I'm Dave Siseski alongside James Zarnick. James, let's do it again soon.
Sounds good to me. And quick mention of a couple games tomorrow night. We got the Diamond Hoppers and the Unicorns right back at this for Minion Night. So come on out to the ballpark, 7:25 tomorrow night. Tickets are still available for that game. So come on out for Minion Night tomorrow night at Jimmy John's Field as the Utica Unicorns try to rebound after tonight's loss and take on the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, who have also lost 3 in a row. The Beavers are now won 4 in a row, moves their record to 4-3. Unicorns fall to 3-4. Eastside Diamond Hoppers at 3-3. And as Dave said, I'm James Zarnick, and he's Dave Sisevsky here at Jimmy John's Field, signing off after a 7-0 win for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
Hey fans, thank you for coming out to Jimmy John's Field today.